name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC, Crystal Age Technology Screens. And we don't even have a name to what we're going to call the new company yet. I haven't got around to that yet. So still working that out too also. Trying to figure out what we're going to name that new company. But it is going to involve gaming technology. We want to keep it separate because we have one company for projector mapping and different forms of home theater entertainment. Excuse me, I got a burp in there. Trying to push this up out. Excuse me. And we have our gaming technology, which I do want to keep separate from the home theater. All right, so we got some things that we needed to finish our case build. I did go pick up some glue, which means some Elmer's glue. I couldn't find any glue sticks at over at Family Dollar, but I did find some Elmer's glue. So Elmer's glue is going to work just fine for what we have to do. And I think we got some more stickies. All right, so let's build the freezer unit, which we're going to be putting together. We got our one area here for the freezer door. Well, not freezer door, the back of the freezer. Let me see this one right here. Got this thing right here. All right, let's get together. And we have our caulking, which we need to make our icicles and stuff. So I think I'm going to have one here. Well, our Bluetooth it, so we don't have any more issues. Well, our Bluetooth it, so we don't have any more issues. They're doing some work with the networking downstairs. Man, I was not feeling good today because I was having a ton of mucus buildup. I have no idea where all that came from, but it came from somewhere. And man, it was a rough ride. Last 2 days, it felt like my chest was caving in on me. Well, that stuff is no joke. So, I feel much better. It's interesting because, and I had to take care of some errands, and I had to be out in the cold weather. That literally broke it up. I have no idea how, because it started it. It did break it up, and I went over into the break room and got myself some hot tea to break it up. Man, I was jacked up. Man, mucus is freaking no joke. I don't like taking that mucin. Excessive dries me up so badly. Alright. That's our box area. Count the reinforcers thing. Couldn't find scissors, so we had the old trusty knife to get it done. Couldn't track down scissors today. I don't know why I could not track down a pair of scissors for Jack or Jill or anybody else. Jill stabbed me in the leg doing this thing. Sorry you can't see this. Is going to be a bit of an interesting little cut here because we couldn't find a pair of scissors or anything. I built this entire PC with a friggin' knife. To the blade. This makes so much easier if I did it the other way around. Now when you cut into two pieces at the same time. And in the process of ordering a motherboard for the other system over there, or actually right over there. So I finish painting that up. Before we finish, get it done. Oh man. I have no idea which one of these points it is. With this one? Oh, it is that one. Okay, cool. So I like this whole build of making PCs out of cardboard. It's affordable. It's cheap. And I did order the button too. The button's on its way because we need a button to power this thing on. The other button, didn't like it so much. That orange button, number one, it wasn't as big as it looked like. It was supposed to be a huge, big button, and that was not even close. Yeah, you buy something, you think it's bigger, and you get there, it's not that big. You're like, what the freak? And where's the rest of it? And yeah, that's pretty much what I want to do with that. Ooh, man, that would have sucked. I just got myself on the legs. Alright, got one half of this cut. I'll show you right on this. Right here, getting this done. We're supposed to check on somebody today. It was supposed to do a demonstration explaining what range gain is, but I'm a little busy right now. So I guess I'll check on Monday. Because right now, it's supposed to be the day on the 23rd. Do I think it's going to be done? Nah, I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not going to be done at all, period. You can't support the claim. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of my time. It's just a waste of time. They never did it. And I'm pretty sure they never did because I'm not going to get to back that up. Got a better chance of backing up Bigfoot. So, yeah. If that actually was true, man, everybody on the face of the planet would be talking about it. You know how amazing that would be? Get two games out of one screen? Yeah, that'd be insane. Everybody would be talking about that. Like, yeah, it's paint basically into two games and one screen paint. That'd be everywhere. It's like I couldn't figure out why no one figured out that diffuse sound do 235.1. I never saw one person on YouTube talk about that projector having that option. I'm pretty sure somebody had to bump into it besides me. All right, nope, there's nobody talking about it. Then we bumped into it, we started talking about it. And if you look at the 235.1, we're the only ones talking about the 235.1. No one else brought it up. I don't know why. That's interesting, because usually you would never get a 235.1 on a 600 by 800 res projector. Never. That's for the big boy machines. They only get that setting. Never get that. You have to spend money for a very expensive projector to get that option. And the fact that they stuck that and they don't talk about it, no, why do something doesn't talk about it? But you know what, who cares? Well, they keep giving away for free or whatever they're paying for. You're really not paying much for it. Optical anamorphic lens on a 600 by 800 720p projector. 720p at that? You should find that like on a high grade 4K projector or 4K machine, 4K projector. 235.1. I don't know if we're gonna. Let me make sure we get this right. This was a rough cut. It doesn't make a difference because it's everything here that I'm covered in frost. It would be nice if I got the scissors, but we couldn't find it. Whew, that was a rough cut, man. You're a small piece of leather. So well put together. Call me Omni. You saw Martin, you know what I'm talking about. What the heck are you talking about? If you saw Martin, you know what I'm talking about. Don't fake the funk on the nasty dunk. Alright. And it doesn't make a difference if it's rough, you know why? Because we got to coat this whole thing in ice. That's why we got an ice job to do here. Ice, ice, baby. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, stop. We need to make sure we got something here, two-ply here, because, again, as I said before, the drinks in there are heavy, and they will dent the surface in the boxes with no problem. So that's why we have to make sure that they are, this is very sturdy. The last thing we do is put this thing together, and then we got this freaking fold-in effect. You know? We got our glue in our corners here. This corner's always hard to get. Ah, man. Whatever. I feel much better, man. I was hoping that this mucus would leave my body. Sorry if you're eating anything while you're watching this. I'm hoping the week of Thanksgiving's coming up, and I plan to have some macaroni. Macaroni. Tenderoni macaroni. So them side dishes come up. You gotta ask who made the macaroni salad? Really? They made it? Oh heck no. I'm not eating that. Why? Because they got cats, man. They not the fact that you got cats, but people have cats. Some people let their cats crawl on the countertop. That's why. And I'd be the same way too. Sorry, if you got cats on your countertop, I ain't eating from you. Nope. I ain't eating from you at all, period. But they're clean. Now when they come out of that litter box, they come out of the litter box and they will freaking track it right on top of your countertop, and they'll walk all over it, lay all over it, lick it, and then you'll turn around and make a sandwich off of it and wonder why you got pink eye the next day you're sick. That's why. That's why. People be cooking the food, cats be eating out the food and everything. We're like, oh heck no. No, 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 no. Nope. That's why people always ask, who made the side dish? But that side dish, man, is everything, man. But again, who made the side dish? Oh, it was Aunt Ruthie made it. Really? And she got a bunch of cats. Are they on the countertop? Nope, I'll pass. Nope. Don't get me wrong, I got a cat myself, but he's not allowed on the countertop. Period. He got his butt wet for being on the countertop. I don't want that mess on my countertops. And people say, oh, that's animal abuse. No, it ain't. It's called training. That's what it's called. If I hadn't trained my pit bulls the way they were trained, if you had walked up near my property, you'd have been lunch. And they would have definitely taken your head off. These weren't the kind of pit bulls at the end of the day go, oh, look, he's so fluffy. Ain't you a fluffy man? You're a little fluffy man. You know, they would take your head off because that's what they were designed to do. They were trained to be guards. That's what I trained them for. Canine suit. Basically, my leg got messed up. I was down there doing this rehabilitation. So I walk past it all the time. When I come back, I pick up Tigger and I go to the park. And I'm out there with Tigger and I got him on the leash. I got him pulled close to my hip. And sure enough, so one of the girls came out there and she's like, oh, he's a cute little dog. Yes, he is. He jumped on me, tried to take her head off. Yeah. He was trained to be that way. I made him that way. He's trained to be a guard. I got other dogs that are fluffy you can play with and joke with and have fun with and all that stuff. The whole 9 yards. And I got other dogs that'll take your head off. So it's a good thing I trained him a certain way to do what he needs to do. But you got to remember, you in that circle. A person can have a dog, and people don't get this at the end of the day. You got to understand. People have dogs, and their dogs are trained not to come out and take your head off or bite into you or whatever. But if you come within that circle, you're asking for it. That's why I see people with big dogs. I can tell the way the dog basically stands up, pushes his chest out, brings his breast out, his chest out, to puff his chest up, let him know he's a threat at the end of the day. Don't go near him. He is telling you, he is warning you. But you know what idiots do? Idiots walk on the same side of the dog. The owner would literally turn the dog and put it on his side. So at least he got a grab on it. But people will walk close to him. Then at the end of the day, tomorrow, I don't think your dog's going to attack me. And then when you're sitting in the ER because you got teeth marks in your leg, you didn't bought it on yourself. He's protecting his owner. He's protecting his owner at the end of the day. And that's why I tell people, you got a dog and he's barking at somebody, don't shut him up. He's doing his job. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to protect you. And that's why when I carry him at the bang bang and my freaking left on my side hip, that's protect my dog at the end of the day. Because I get idiots at the end of the day that think, and because I'm carrying my dog with me, you want to act bold at the end of the day, you want to act stupid, well, guess what? I got something there for you too. Well, my dog doesn't get hurt. My dog is family at the end of the day. When I had dogs, pit bulls at the time, that was my family. And you know, if you want to play that game at the end of the day where you act like you drop your leash, well, your dog ain't going to make it over to me, and you're not going to make it out of the neighborhood. So that's how it was. Because this is things you had to deal with. You know, when you live in the suburbs, you don't have to worry about that. You walk your dog out there, you meet other people, y'all chat, talk, whatever. You live in the hood, it's a different way of walking your dog. People from the neighborhood know what I'm talking about. People would deliberately drop their leash to attack your dog to see a fight. Deliberately. So most people would be carrying something on them to protect their dog from idiots that do dumb stuff like that. And I did have an incident happen to me one time. I was walking I was walking Hugo back. Hugo's not an aggressor. He's a big old fluffy dog. That's what he is. And somebody dropped their leash. Well, their dog didn't come back. I put their dog down for him. Because you don't do that. You should know better. The dog's coming at me. I know my dog's not an aggressor. I know he's not going to defend himself on that level. He can't handle it. There's a possibility he could be killed. I'm not going to let that happen. So yeah, I took the dog down. And then later on, essentially when you live in the hood, and people all know that whole thing in the hood, I had to bring some people by his house to let him know that this is squash. You let it go any farther than that, then we're going to have some other problems. And that's how it will happen. That's the end of it. As long as they know the situation about what happened, we come out there, we talk to them like, yeah, let the dog off the leash. My dog's not trained for that to begin with. And yeah, he'll have to take the hit for that. He can't do nothing about it. That's how you do things. You know? But yep. And finally I had to put his dog down for him. Ain't no right away. You could have shot. No, the dog's coming at me. I went head first for him. Shot him right in his head, took him down. That was it. You know, they're not going to attack my dog at the end of the day. Hurt my dog. My dog's not trained for that. And that's why I brought Tigger around there. Tigger was trained for it. He was that type of dog. He wasn't trained to be a fighter, but he's more of an aggressor. That's what he does. So, you know, he's a big pit bull. But, you know, I got a big old fluffy dog out there. This is the dog from Never Ending Story. You can tell the dog's not that aggressive. Big old fluffy, goofy dog. And you're going to take your dog off the leash and you come into my dog, yeah, put him down. Now you don't have him no more. Next thing you learn. Keep dog on leash. Shouldn't have been off the leash to begin with. And they don't call the police in that type of neighborhood. No, you handle it within the neighborhood. If you call the police, you're a snitch. And it's a real thing. Yep. So, do I feel bad about killing his dog? Yeah, because I had to put his dog down. I didn't want to do it. I had no choice. And when I had the gun pulled, I asked him to get the dog, get his dog. And I don't know what the freak was he thinking. Like, he didn't want the animal? Well, okay, no problem. So, Mr. Bucky got put down. That was the end of that. Just to make sure, after that happened, I went back and talked to some of my family and said, hey, look, unfortunately, I was up in the park. I was walking Hugo, and somebody tried to attack us with a dog, and Hugo would have gotten killed in the process. So I'm licensed to carry. I used, and that's what I did. And the guy didn't get hurt. Didn't hurt him. Because I'm going to tell you something. He's lucky. Some places, I know people at the end of the day were basically shot him too. And I mean, just for kicking a dog, he would have got shot too. But you know, I know at the end of the day, I always see the aggressor, and that's what I did. So, you know, my other part of the family, the bigger ones, the ones I tell you about, the one he ticked off, they came down. Because the other ones don't get involved in that. They come down. And when they came down, I went over there and said, no, nothing's going to happen. We're going to have a nice little talk and figure out what happened. Because both parties basically have a lot of weight in the neighborhood, and we don't want no craziness going on. So let's try to resolve this issue before it gets to this point. But just in case if it does, we got your back. So I go down there. I meet up with their family. We had this nice conversation. I explained everything that would happen. And they said, okay, they're squashed. That's the end of it. Look at him, he's upset. So no, that's the end of the squash. If you kept the dog on the leash, you wouldn't have had that issue to begin with. That's how they do things in neighborhoods. In some neighborhoods. And I like the people at the end of the day that we can talk and communicate with and work things out. So yeah, he got us hit on straight, got a little better at the end of the day, started doing things right. And long story short, we became friends. I gave one of my pit bulls. Pit bulls had puppies. I gave one. Yep. Learn how to treat a dog better. And learn how to have a little respect. That's how you make enemies friends at the end of the day. And a lot of enemies in the neighborhood became best friends with. I said, yeah, man, enemies that hate each other. We couldn't stand each other. Like every day we see each other, like, yeah, gonna be that day. Gonna be that day. Let it be that day. Every day I had this guy one time come out of his house. I come out of mine. I see him every day up there. He carries, I carry. I see him every day, like, it's going to be that day. Let it be that day. Let it be that day. Oh, it's going to be that day. It's going to be that day. Keep it up. It's going to be that day. Yeah, and then one day we became friends. Weird, out of nowhere. I don't know what it was we bonded over, but something we bonded over. And then we became friends over it. We became good friends. That's funny. People that were your enemies, they become your closest allies at the end of the day, your strongest friends. The loyalty is stronger. I always say at the end of the day that the only way I could trust my friends, that I had to basically be enemies with them first, because then I truly know you. Oh, we did it. We finally broke our scissors. I had these scissors forever. Rest in peace, scissors. Rest in peace. You have done a great job. I'm going to have to basically build a cardboard box memorial for you. You have done a great job. A moment of silence for our scissors. Okay. The scissors just went down. It went down, baby. It went down. And this is why we carry non-lethals. Carry non-lethal. Right? Non-lethal instead. I just think about it. That is my stun gun with me. I had a stun gun I carried. The ones that shoot the little darts into you. I had one. I didn't get that close to a dart, but oh heck no. I had that. If I had used that, maybe the dog would have been alive. But I got one of my pit bull pups. And you got a chance to meet Tigger. Yep. So what you got there? So that's Tigger. What's that? Rottweiler, German Shepherd, pit bull. It's like, really? Yep. 190 pounds, pit bull that had German Shepherd, gator. And they call it a gator. Dog has a long snout in the front, but he was pit bull. So he had a gator in the front. He had all those sharp razor teeth in there, but he had a 150-pound pressure lock. So imagine all those teeth. It's kind of like being bit by a crocodile. And most pit bulls have that short snout. He had long, sharp teeth. Oh, pit bull. No, sorry. German Shepherd. I guess defenders were huge. So, yep. I said, oh, that's freaking cool, man. Where you get that from? I said, you would not believe the story if I even told you. So we got down to talk. I said, yes. So my sister was telling me that the people across the street had puppies. And I was like, oh, give me one. And I said, all the dogs she got me an alpha male. Yes, first time I ever had an alpha male. Different type of dog at the end of the day. Completely different type of dog. I never had to train him like I had to train the other dogs. He was already an aggressor. He was already fighting the mother. He was already fighting the other pups. I don't know why my sister picked him up, but she picked him up and brought him to me. I loved him. At the end of the day, he was one of the best guard dogs I've ever had in my life. One of the best. But again, he made things complicated because I couldn't get married because he would kill my wife. And I couldn't have kids because he would kill my kids. He would kill anything around him. You couldn't get close to me. If I had a heart attack and I was over there dying, you would have to kill him to get to me. That's how loyal he was. One of the best. But couldn't have a life with him. That's one of those people who have a dog life. Like there's some weird time when you did a reconnection. I don't know. I don't know when the reconnection comes up. Yeah, like the guy in the park that had the King German Shepherd. Yeah, the way that dog was, there's no way in the world anybody can get around him at all, period. Nobody. Nope. I can tell because I had a dog just like it. You gotta live by yourself when you got those. Yep. So I remember out there talking to my friends, and they're like, so when your dog, did y'all come out yet? And I was like, nah, I ain't come out yet. And I'm like, yeah, it's gonna come out. Trust me, it's gonna come out. Get a harness for it. And I was like, that's good. I can get a harness for it. It's good. I'm not doing anything. Pretty sure gonna be just like the rest of them in there. You know what I mean? Like the rest of them have them guard dogs. You know what I mean? And have people come in, they chill and all I had to do was just give a command, and it was going just like that. He's good. I don't have him on command. Even no problem. No, he's good. I said, no. That one's different. You got alpha male. Alpha males are different. I said, nah, he's good. Acting like a puppy. And one day, happened twice. The first time I didn't think about it because I thought the guy was too close to me. Already came over to me. He went to go shake my hand. My dog tried to take his fingers off. He snapped. Tried to take his hand off. He said, oh, Ken, you got to get a harness on that thing. That thing's about to come out. It's about to come out. He said, whoa. Yeah, he tried to take his hand off. He was 3 months. He tried to jump up and take his hand off. Look at that snap. Jaw snapping together. Because he was going to lock on one or something. But anyway, he was like, yo, get your dog, man. Your dog is about to come out. I said, no, he ain't coming out. He's good. Oh, yeah. Learned that one the hard way. 6 months. Buddies go pick me up. Let's go play some basketball. So I was like, good, I'm going to take my dog with me because we're going to be at the park anyway. I'm going to take him for a walk while I'm out there. I got Tigger chained up to the washing machine, a little chain around his neck. Because he wasn't pulling or dragging me or anything, so I didn't feel the need to get a harness or a bigger chain for him. You know, people get big chains for dogs and make it look tough. Now, he didn't need it. So I got him on the chain. We're up there playing basketball, and I guess he felt they were attacking me. And all of a sudden, I turned around. Everybody was running off the court, and I'm like, what the frick they running for? And I turned around. I seen him take his chest puffed out and everything. He was growling, snarling, and everything. I was like, oh, shit, he just came out. Yep, he snapped the chain, popped it. He had a dog choker. He popped that sucker. I guess he was trying to get up there to get to them because he thought he was being attacked. So I was like, oh, man, I had no freaking chain out there. I had to take my belt off, hold my pants, and inch this dog. It's a good thing I was about 2 blocks from the house and basically walking back. And I was walking to the neighborhood and said, he came out, didn't he? He came out. I said, yeah, he came out. He definitely came out. He was snapping at everybody. Anybody was snapping at him. He came out. Yep. And after that, I went and ordered the harness and all that stuff. Went and talked to a buddy of mine. I was like, yo, what I need to order? He said, go pick this up, get this, get that, all that. I said, okay, cool. Had him on the harness, brought him out, and I had to bring him and put him in command. So he basically wouldn't just attack people if they attack people, which was really interesting. I'll tell you one thing. There was a guy who lived across from me named Oscar and his wife Amanda. He could pet that. He pet my dog. No one was able to pet that dog except for me. I'm the only one that can come near that dog. And I remember coming outside and watching him lean over the pen, like, what the freak are you doing? Because I'm going to get sued if the guy takes his fingers off. And no, he pet the dog. And I was like, what the freak? Like, take him? He just liked him. He ain't like anybody else. He ain't like his wife. He just liked him. I don't know what it was. So I used to joke with his wife and say, yeah, your husband, he was a dog in a past life. Like one day, he was this guy who was walking down the street, and he bumped into this wizard and knocked him down, and the wizard turned him into a dog. And he just spent majority of his life as a dog. And then in the next life, he became a human again, and that's why my dog likes him. Let me get these right here, so I'll take these out. Yep. Never forget that. Only person that could touch that dog without getting their fingers taken off. And I come outside, and he'd be sitting down, and they'd be licking him in the face and everything. I said, well, if somebody breaks in my house, I know it's definitely you. Yep. All right, let's get this all looking nice right here, because this is looking rough and ready. Rough and ready, but we're going to frost all this up, so it looks pretty nice. So on top of that, we're going to have that shiny tape on here to make it look really shiny. And this thing about to pass. The interesting thing, we didn't attack cats. I never train my dog to attack a cat. Never. Ever. It's the dumbest thing you can do. Is train the dog to go after cats. Dumb to do. Number one, cats got rabies. All it's got to do is scratch your dog's nose one time, and that's it. Scratch anything in your dog, and your dog is automatically infected that fast, that quick. And they will claw him up. They'll claw him up real good before he kills it. And your dog could potentially have rabies. And I'm going to tell you how to check for rabies, and you ain't going to like it. They got to behead your dog. Cut his head off. If you ain't got that paperwork, and your dog bites somebody, that's how they do it. They take the head off of the dog. So you ain't going to like that. You ain't getting it back as soon as it came up. Just to let you know. So again, don't treat your dog as attack cats. It's stupid to deal with and humane. Another thing too is if somebody jumps in your house, and you stick that dog on them, and they see a cat, guess what they're going to go after? Not him, they're going to go after the cat. Yep. I never trained my dogs to ever attack another animal at all, period. Unless they felt that they had to defend themselves. That was it. They were not trained for that. That's why I can bring other dogs around them and have to worry about them harming the other dog, because they were trained not to harm other animals, especially cats. I forgot we broke our scissors, didn't we? Oh. I was in the store, something said you could buy those scissors. Someone said, no, we don't need those scissors. We're good. We're definitely good. No, we're good. We got plenty of stickies. Yep. Nope, didn't train mine that way. $1 million. Because again, like I said, bad idea. Not to the young boy. call himself sick in his dog on my cat. My dogs had a pet, a cat. Yeah, we found out the hard way. That's stupid. No dogs have no cats. And you found out, didn't you? You didn't realize some suckers were that big. They were huge. Tigger was 190 pounds and Junior was 130 pounds. No, 230 pounds. They were big, because mind you, they're rock wall enough. That's why we got this nicely done here and here. All nicely done. Definitely nicely done. I think there's a part that's bugging me a little bit. You know, gotta have it perfect, but if we don't, there's no thing. And we don't mind if it has a little roughness to it, because again, you plan it to basically frost it up real nice. Some Kellogg Frosted Flakes. And you do. We have to do an alien with space station. Then we could use flashing strobe lights. These cardboard setups, we can build whatever we want to build. We can do a Batman and Robin with Joker. We got a platform that we can build on. PC, you don't have that much in there because, again, there's not enough room in the case. That's what I feel. I never find cases big enough to build stuff into. Some people are just happy to have an action figure up there. No, we got to build an entire universe in that sucker. Which ain't a bad idea for the next one. That still hasn't done my UFO yet. I'm going to do a UFO. Bringing up a cow and a tractor beam. Part of a fence, roof of a house. That'd be pretty cool to watch. Okay. Oh, there we go. I had to remove that because that was not straight the way I wanted it. I need it to be straight. It has to be straight. If not, it's going to drive me nuts. It has to be straight. Drove me crazy. Now it's straight. I'll tear the whole floor up. If it's not straight, I will rip that whole floor up because it'll bug me. If I have one piece of towel that's incorrect or it's going in a different direction, like, no, it's fine. You won't notice it. I will. I'll be looking at it every day like that same spot. Like, I can see it right there staring at me. It's laughing at me. I have to fix it. All right. Let's begin this process again. Where is it though? You're gonna cut these in here with the knife? Oh, yes we do. Because we got a really sharp knife. Yeah, cool. I have to say, I can build the whole thing with just my knife. My trusty one. My trusty one, people. My trusty one. That's a good knife. A knife you can have for years. Use it for everything. Trusty one. Remember, my ex was like, "Can I use that knife?" I was like, "Oh, heck no. I ain't touching my freaking knife. What, you can bust it all up? No. That's mine. Get your own." She bought these cheap knives on Amazon. So what's that? That's cold steel, baby. Cold steel. Shit, things cost too much. You know, we can get some good ones. Don't cost it much. And that'd be a really cool one. Build a Scrooge McDuck. I got all these ideas now that are flowing through my head. This is the same thing I went through when I was building PCs. I had all these ideas for building all these pieces just flooding into my head. We can do a Scrooge McDuck PC with a bank attached to it. I would drop all gold coins in that. It'd be sick. We can build a vault, show the outside of it. Like one side, we show the outside of the vault here, what's inside, and we can do the vault all locked up with Scrooge McDuck and the guys looking at it. And then right here, we can make it a bank. We can just drop stuff into, like money, them gold coins into. See, I'm telling you. We've got endless possibilities of what we can do with these cardboard PC setups. Endless possibilities. As far as your imagination wants to go. Now this makes me happy. It makes me happy. I don't know. I had a son that basically was like acting like a Furby. I don't know if I can deal with it. I don't know if I can process it all the way, but I can deal with it to a certain degree. I can. I mean, if it makes him happy and that's what he wants to do, and let him do what he wants to do, he's happy at the end of the day. But am I going to be happy at it myself? No. But again, you know, go out there and see what he's into and what he likes and all. That's it. But try to support him the best way I can. That's the thing about when you have kids, you got to support a lot of decisions you don't want to support. I don't have kids in the day, but I can't imagine that sometimes you may have to support a lot of things. Some people disown their kids, but you don't do that. Don't do that at all. Don't disown your kids. I know it's a hard decision to go through, but don't disown them. They need you. At the end of the day, they do need you. Regardless what you think, they do need you. With me in the world, just be there, just watch them, you know. That's it. You know, you ain't gotta be a part of it. Nobody asks you to dress up as one of them. Just be a part of it, you know. Just be there for them. Just imagine even if your parents did it to you, why do it to them? At least now, for people who basically been through that experience, you know what it feels like, so why would you do it to them to begin with? Now, my father was straight military. He would have murdered me. That's a different story. He would have definitely murdered me. And I'm like, you lost your freaking mind. But he was raised differently. His father was military. He was military. They're all military. Turn 18, enlist. Every single one of them. Yep. Kind of remind me of the freaking Klingons. They did. For the opposite was basically not to die. I guess for the Klingons it was definitely different with them. You ever saw that with that Star Trek? They're basically was to die a glorious death. To die in battle was the ultimate glorious death for them. To cheat them in the end was basically not giving them the opportunity. They didn't like that. Because they were shamed and their fathers were shamed and all that stuff. But yeah, Klingons are interesting. They were interesting. Now, see, we got it perfectly straight. All the effort just tearing it off, got it perfectly straight. We don't mind all this. We don't care about that. We're going to frost this baby. Going to frost it. Frost it like a cake. Frost it like a cake. Alright, so now, we got this down nicely. Let me see something for a minute. California Dreaming. That's a good song. That's a really good song, California Dreaming. That's a good song. I listen to everything. Everything. I like all kinds of music. You know, it's funny because I'll be in my place and I'll be listening to my music and people think the Caucasian man will walk out of there. Frank Sinatra and classical music and I like the Doors and all that stuff. And they think at the end of the day, he's this white guy. No, I listen to everything. My buddy, when I lived in the apartment, the guy was like, he listens to everything all at the same time. Because, yeah, I listen to different music same time. People like music from the 1930s. Very good music. The 1930s. There was some music from the 1930s? Oh, man. Good music. I listen to everything. Bluegrass. I love bluegrass. I listen to that, too. Blues, freaking love blues. Get somebody in there with a harmonica. Yeah, man, bass guitar and get it in. I like all that music, everything. What I don't like, I can't stand rap. I like the old school rap. I like the freaking Run DMC, Curtis Blow, all them guys back in the day, Salt and Pepper, all them. But that new mumble rap, that skip, 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 that's not music to me at the end of the day. That's somebody having a seizure on stage. That's what it sounds like to me. Somebody having a seizure on stage, and they're trying to communicate with everybody that speaks English, but he speaks Japanese. That's literally what it sounds like to me. It's like, it's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my entire. None of it doesn't make any sense. Like, how in the world you listen to music in the car and you don't understand? Pudding, and they literally say the same dumb thing over and over again. There's one guy who sat on the stage. He must have been no more than probably about 600 pounds on a stage with one of them folding chairs. And he must have said, I can't put down the cup. At least through a whole verse of just saying he can't put down the cup. Literally? So let me get this straight. We can come on there. We can rap about cereal, chicken. Matter of fact, everything on this table is a rap, a mumble rap. We got everything on the table. We got cough drops. We got freaking caulking. We got a remote control. We got a freaking spring right here in the back. We got some paint over there, some bottles of soda, and there's glue. And I literally, somebody can just repeat that, a heavy beat behind it, and just have somebody in the back going skirt, skirt, skirt. And I guarantee you, everybody will just buy that. Like, oh my God, you hear that soundtrack about Elmer's Glue? It's insane, man. He dropped that beat. And all you gotta do is put a heavy, insane, hypno beat on it, and you can pretty much rap about anything and get famous. Back when I was coming up, you literally had to know how to rap. Like Slick Rick and the Fresh Prince, that would come on and tell you stories. So you had story rappers too that would tell you a whole entire story with a beat behind it. Something you can learn from, something you can learn from it. There was no cursing in it, but no calling women the B words and all that stuff. It was actual rap music. What we have now today, that ain't rap music. That's just a bunch of people just screaming on stage with an auto-tune attached to them and a heavy beat. That's it. If that's the case, I can literally talk about cereal and milk and get famous. So I don't really consider no skill behind that whatsoever. That's why they can't do freestyle. They can't freestyle. A lot of them can't freestyle. They'll repeat the same thing over again. Okay, I'm ready. Okay. I'm like, really? Now you just went through a whole verse of okay, I'm ready. You don't know how to rap. You see, once in a while, you see somebody come up there, break it old school. You're like, oh, shoot, they got bars. That's when you got bars. Busta Rhymes, that's bars. Eminem, that's bars. Not that stuff where you're going, oh, man. I don't know. This generation in rap music is dead. It is. I hate to say it. I love rap music back in the day, but compared to the music I had coming up, compared to the music today, yeah, okay, yeah. Even gangster rap. Gangster rap today is garbage. Consider gangster rap that was in 2000, 2009, in that era. I mean, no. The difference between the gangster back then, the gangsters actually were gangsters. They actually were living that lifestyle. Compared to, you look at Snoop, you look at basically Ice-T, you look at Ice Cube, all those guys, they were living that life over in Compton. They were living that life. Compared to the rappers today that, no, y'all wasn't. Because when they was coming up in their neighborhoods, they couldn't walk out of the house with some different colors on. None of that nonsense whatsoever. They lived that life, so they could rap about that life. Then you got rappers coming out that born in the suburbs, get a record deal, and talk like they lived that life. And what they called it in the day, they got a word for it. But basically, these rappers, fake gangsters, call themselves being real rappers at the end of the day. They caught slipping. That's what it's called. They grow up in real neighborhoods, real hoods at the end of the day, and they get caught by the real deal out there. It won't go well for them. Yep. That's like Ice-T was talking about when people say, why don't he go back to his old neighborhood? And he made a perfect good example. He said, because I ain't that person no more, number one. The whole purpose of me getting out there to begin with was to get out of that life, to get a better life for myself and hopefully raise a family and for my kids to have a better life. That's what it was about, me getting out of that neighborhood, not to keep going back into the potential of the same neighborhood that possibly could end my life. And then with me being an OG and I'm not about that life anymore, I don't have that clout anymore. I don't have that respect anymore. So some young boy could easily just run up to me and just take my life because, again, I'm not known, I'm not respected there no more. And he was right. When people basically leave the neighborhood, they ain't selling out. They just, at the end of the day, reason why they're tired of it. They want something better in life. Now, I wouldn't come back either, to tell you the truth, honestly. I wouldn't really. I love the people in my neighborhood, I really do, but I'm not coming down to a neighborhood where I have a higher risk of being killed out there to where I worked hard to get somewhere where I had less of a higher risk of being killed. That's why. Now, if I was making that money at the end of the day, I'd make sure they come up out of that neighborhood. I try to bring them up with me too. At the end of the day, I'm not going to leave you down there. I'm going to bring you out here with me too. I got a restaurant. Hey, you want to work at, get your good position in there, something you can build on. At the end of the day, give you a second chance at life. That's what I would do. I ain't trying to hang out there no more. All right, we got this built real nicely. I'm trying to see if this is actually even Steven. I don't know. I know Steven, but I don't know even. All right. Steven and even. Now I want to talk about things on a happier note, because you people are making me sad. I'm joking with you. I'm the one talking about it. Don't blame us, Mr. Bird. Don't you dare blame us. How dare you blame me? How dare you? How dare you? Man, that happened today. I told you, we had the celebration for my mother, basically her death and all. And man, sure enough, they had a GameCube over there. Yes, they did. And they had Bond on the GameCube. And WWF, I think, wrestling they had on there. And sure enough, the younglings were over there. They was all over there, talking trash about their gaming skills. And what happened? I had to lay the beat down on them in wrestling, because I used to play that back in the day. And I beat the living crap out of them. I mean, literally beat the crap out of them so badly, they thought the controller was broken. They was unplugging it and blowing it up, put it back in. Yeah. I let them win the couple matches, because that's how I do it. The other ones know, because I've done that to them previously, but the newer ones, I think the grandkids, she had grandkids that have grandkids, so the great grandkids don't know. And man, they picked up the controller, talked all this trash about this, that, and the other. I let them win a couple of games and get their hype up, act like I was frustrated, you know what I mean? Like they were kicking my behind us and talking a lot of trash. I said, let's do one more match. I beat the daylights out of them. You got plenty of time to pin somebody, but why pin them right away? We just throw them all over, right? Hit them in the head, jump on top. Let me win. Let me get back up. You can get back up and pick them up and body slam again. I'm going to power drive you in every corner of this ring. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I trashed them all. Then we wanted to do Bond. Are you kidding me? He has a 64 over there with Bond on it. I was like, are you kidding me? You know I'm gonna choose. I choose Hat Job. Because Hat Job, that was one of the things when we did Bond. We played that game every day when it first came out on a big tube TV. I think it was a what was that TV? It was a big TV. Hitachi or whatever it was. It was a big TV we were playing it on. And my friends played it every day. So we knew all the tricks in Bond. Like proximity mines. Proximity mines can be your best friend. That's the best weapon ever used in my entire life. Proximity mines, if you take your gun and you shoot holes in the walls, you can't tell the difference between the mines and the holes in the walls. So people walk by and thinking there was a previous firefight in there, and no, those are mines in there waiting for you. I mean, just put mines on the ammo boxes, mines on the doors, mines on the toilets. The one area where you come up in the bathroom, where in the freaking the heat ducts, they put mines in the heat ducts waiting for you. Boom, then, like really, on the toilets and the heat ducts under the doors. On the doors for sliding, you walk by, boom, you blow up. We put mines everywhere. I just sit there and just basically minefield a whole section. Just sit in the corner and just watch your dots disappear. Oh man, rocket launchers only. Yeah, they got lit up. And we played that every day faithfully. You learn all kinds of tricks when you're trying to get away from somebody trying to take you up. The golden gun, it can blow right through walls and hit you. Man, yeah, they got trashed. And then you got to do the bragging, like look at your hands, like why did you do that to them? Why did you do that to them? Why? They were just kids. I beat the daylights out of them on that game. Every once in a while, we bring like, hey, remember Bond? Remember that behind what weapon you got? Oh yeah, don't challenge me. What was that? So I was playing something in, oh yeah. My buddy, one of my buddies and my other buddy, he wanted to challenge me in Unreal Tournament. I made him feel like his controller was broken. Any of the weapon tricks or nothing. I was like, did you just die? Did you die again? How many times did you die so far? I was taking them out. Especially when you got people that you know they're easy. And you can use the dinkiest weapons. The weapons you've always wanted to use, but you know you can't use them because you know somebody's going to come in there just as good as you are, and you can't take that chance to be wiped out. And you can now you can use all the weapons you would never use before. Like, yeah, I'm gonna use a plasma cannon on you, which is actually interesting because a plasma cannon in an Unreal tournament took timing to be how to figure out how to get the plasma ball to go off. Most people going there, console gamers going there, they don't play on PC. So PC is a little different. The console gamers going there, they just pressing buttons in there. They just squeezing this and hoping this works. Whatever. Those are the noobs. Some of the people actually on console got it down pat who understand the game and how to use the weapon system have to understand that the weapons have combos on them. It's a combo system. Once you understand your primary weapons, like your left trigger from your right trigger, and basically some of them you have to hold it down, you have to time it and let go because they react differently. Like the goo cannon, the bio cannon does that. You hold it down, it shoots out this big glop of nuclear waste. The plasma cannon was a little harder because you had to time it to get that plasma ball to come up. But once it hit, yeah, good luck trying to get away from that nightmare. And then it was I think that was it pretty much. The shotgun. Shotgun had two sides to it. It had a huge, massive pellet that you can get hit with, or a bunch of little small ones. So pretty much, you know, if you're coming at me, I run backwards because I let you come into me. That way I can basically wear down your armor, and then I hit you with that plasma cannon, boom, take you up. So it was all, and then after that, you know, tricks within tricks where I would fire a goop behind you, like a huge, massive blob of fire behind you, and just hit you with the plasma and kind of push you right into it. Get points for that. Get kill points for that. But chances are, most of the time, I like to use that shotgun because, again, I wear down your armor, especially if you're a big character coming at me like one of those juggernauts that they take forever to take their armor down. I would just basically just tear down your armor just enough, and then I would basically switch over and I would hit that big giant pellet and just boom, take you up. Or if a bunch of you were fighting in a corner, that's an opportunity to get me to get a multi-kill. So basically what I would do is I would charge up the rocket launcher and I would just make it rain grenades because they shoot grenades out. That's a little trick people didn't know how to do. PC shows you how to do it, but console didn't show you how to do it because they didn't put it in the manual. So anybody walking around squeezing that trigger and you see a bunch of pellets bouncing at you and you think it's really hard to get around, yeah, they played on PC. That's how they knew about it. So I realized in the game, a lot of people didn't know how to do that, how to charge up on the left trigger and get the pellets to pop out. Now on the other side, if you were to hold down the trigger and you fire a rocket, if you tap the thing with A, you can actually follow the rocket. You can go in and see the head of the rocket, and you can actually follow it around the room to it will explode. That's another option. I don't know if people couldn't figure that out one either. So yeah, I would basically make it jump off the platform, charge up, make it jump, and make it rain rockets. And as it's raining rockets, I pull out the Stinger, which was actually a railgun, and I spray in between. It was impossible to get around it. And I kill all y'all. And then get y'all points. Get a multi-kill. Yes, godlike. That's like getting that godlike, multi-kill. Immortality, because you get that immortality, the orb starts spinning all around you because you got immortality for a couple of minutes. Haste. Now that was Quake had haste. Run real speeds up. That's not Quake too. Quake was another one I liked. Like that haste. Multi-kill. Godlike. They should bring another tournament again. That's what they should. I like that game so much. I like the bomb and run. Bomb and run is another of my favorite ones. Bomb and run, capture the flag, the last man standing. Pretty much was death. Death match, that's what it was. Oh man, that was funny. That was definitely funny. Fighting on a space station because they had airlocks that would open up and you get sucked out into outer space. You let it hit a button, it had all kinds of stuff that can kill you in the game. And I remember the guy was sitting right next to the airlock and didn't even know that I hit the airlock and he just blew out in outer space like, okay, see you later. Don't forget the right. He's cursing me out and everything. Alright, see you later. Don't forget the right. You're sitting next to the freaking duck system. Of course I'm gonna hit that button. And then they had the armor. They had the full armor, full armor, which was actually sitting in the cooker. So it's this huge, it's called an oven. That's pretty much what it was. And they had it right sitting in the center. You would always see it out there, just looking and say like, oh shit, if I get that, I got like armor for about a good amount of time. But the problem was, it's right in the center, way in the back. So if you were to go in there, if someone caught you in there, they can just hit the switch and you get cooked. So an easy kill for them. Yep. I got cooked in there. Somebody else got cooked in there. I like that one guy in Call of Duty, the one with the really interesting laugh. Oh, that laugh is freaking outrageous. He has me crying. And he's the one that kills people using an ATV. That guy's freaking insane. He literally drives his bike everywhere. I mean, everywhere. He just murders people left and right. Oh, man. I could watch him all day long. He just has me cracking. He has me in tears. Every time I watch him, he has me in tears. He's like, whoop-de-doo, here I am. He has this crazy laugh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, he's a funny dude. Oh, man. That's what I did like about basically online game. That's the last time I did online gaming. I did a little on PC, but I think the last time I did voice communication with another gamer, Xbox 360 was the last one I did. Yep, I just seen too much. Xbox 360, I've seen way too much on that console system. The camera system, I've seen way too much. That Texas Hold'em High, Uno. Those games were notorious for weirdos, man. You would go in there and you would meet the weirdest people on the face of the planet. We used to always leave one box open for somebody else, and all three of us, we all knew each other in there. And you'd always bump into some weirdo, because people felt the need to basically, I don't know, do dumb stuff on a gaming system, because there's freaking, there's a camera attached to them. You do know dumb when you have that camera attached, and kids that log on there too, right? Gee whiz Louise. Yeah, weird stuff, man. We met the weirdest people in Uno in Texas Hold'em High. People get mad on there because they lose their hand and threaten. All kinds of dumb nonsense in there. It's a game for them today. Then again, I met some crazy people and had some fun with a lot of good people in there. In online play. I met some really nice people in there. And there's the whole, you had the whole chat rooms and people in the room, party rooms in there talking and joking. And then people, like, I could never understand this. Who the freak is into a relationship on a gaming system? I've seen people do this. It just questions everything about humanity. It really does. But people have relationships on game systems. And I can see if this was your girlfriend. You date her in real life, like every day you see her. But you dating somebody on a game system, people are actually falling in love with people's avatars. Gee whiz Louise. I don't see that one ever coming. Really. And they just be falling in love. Don't talk to her that way. You know, that's my girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, do you guys ever meet? You ever see each other, whatever, whatsoever? Or you haven't, just an end game? And be getting emotionally attached, jealous, screaming, yelling. A game system. This is why I play by myself. I only play with people at the end of the day that I know. No time for freaking psychos. Yeah. The guy getting upset, screaming at people. They're talking to his wife or something. I guess they got married in the game. Yeah, I love gaming, but sheesh. There's some parts of it I just did not like. They got mad at other people, other gamers, because they were gaming. They were gaming with this girl. Good sniper, by the way, very good sniper. But she was really good, and he would get mad. He'd come to the room and he would snap and go up on people like, "Yeah, you don't know me at the end of the day, and this, that, and blah, 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 blah." You always bump into that wrong person at the end of the day. Got them nasty computer skills. Yeah, take up your whole freaking life and send it to you. You gotta be disrespecting people like that. I'm going there chewing this guy out and getting nasty with him. And the guy was just basically just having a game, just playing. He wasn't even talking to her. She was just on his side. And he had highest rank. His rank was higher than his. He basically had higher kill count than his, and he just felt threatened by him because his I guess in-game girlfriend said something about his shooting skills were good. They were good. Yeah, good shooting skills. But anyway, he snapped and went off and went all jealous mode and sent this guy a whole bunch of nonsense to Messenger on the game system. The guy sent it back a portfolio for almost his entire life, and he signed off on his system. He got out. You gotta be careful who you have conversations with. You know, to treat people a little better. Sure, even when we were over there fighting the KKK, that was the funniest day of my life. I swear, I never had so much fun in my life. They were an interesting group of people. I'm not saying I basically support what they're doing, no, because they're running to do. They're hating all that. It's just bull crap. But during the game system at the end of the day, we ain't thinking about that. The only thing we're thinking about is just beating the daylights out of them. We thought it was going to be an easy win. Actually, they were pretty good. And on the tournament, we did bomb and run with them. Bomb and run and team deathmatch. We won. We did win. But we beat. There we go. It was funny because we won. And the bomb and run. Oh, man, that was a good match. That was a really good match. Every once in a while, you get a match in there where basically you should just slaughter anything that comes in front of you, but every once in a while you get people in there that make you really, really have to play. Really have to play. Man, they were good. And then we won. They sent us a picture of freaking some KFC, some grape Kool-Aid, and some watermelon. And at the bottom said, "Congratulations, here's your consolation prize." I get mad about that. It was hilarious. Like, okay, this is where we going today. Yeah, but we kicked you behind. I don't know what's worse. Worse is basically getting beat by a landslide or losing by 1 point. I think that losing by 1 point hurts more. But after a while, they started gaming with it. Every time we go in there, they link up with us. Every single time. I guess we gave them a competition. They just wanted it back. And then that's when it started. They take it from us. We take it from them. We take it from us. It went back and forth. And then later on, we was in the chat room. One of them popped in and we got to talking and everything. He started explaining his whole entire life how his parents were racist and how they made him that way. And he was trying to change his life. And he became hanging out with us. So, yeah, interesting. Some of them started hanging out with us. The other went their own way. Interesting. They all through a game system, which is interesting. Yeah. We only had tournaments. They come up, we see them on the tournament. It's like, oh shoot, we're gonna go in here, go do a match against them. And they see us, they go log in. Yeah, okay, yeah. They never say the N-word. We never heard the N-word ever when they were in there talking. Never heard the N-word. We were like, okay, listen, you boys. All right, you boys. Y'all think y'all good, right? Y'all think y'all good. Oh, we know we good at the end of the day. Let's do this. And mine wasn't all black people on our side. We had freaking white people on our side, too, that were gaming, too. Our group was mixed. We had everybody in there. I even had a group on 360 called was the Misfits? The Misfits, yeah. They were just groups of gamers at the end of the day that nobody wanted to game with at the end of the day because I guess we had one person on there. She was a female in there, and she was good. She was a fantastic sniper. I told you in Gears of War. In a clan match on Gears of War. She was just offing people left and right. Literally, her skill level was so good that we could sit there in the center of the board and just collect stuff. You couldn't go out there because you could take your head clean off. Like, at one point, they thought she was cheating, and somebody tried to report her account. But like I said, when you know things about the machine and how it works, you can persuade people not to do things at all. And that's what my friend did. So you want to play at the end of the day, hey? Okay. You want to take somebody's account for something that they didn't do. They're just on their plane. They're just good at the game. That's one thing I hate about those gamers in the day. You could be good at the game and they will put complaints against you because they'll say it and that you're cheating. Not the fact that you're just good at the game. Because they're not. And they'll do that dumb nonsense. But, you know, we made it even. His account went bye-bye for a couple of days. And after he decided to come to a better decision, because when he had a high-ranking account with a lot of stuff on it, he can't start all over again. We know that. He got his account back. That's it. Can't do that nonsense, man. Get mad at people and say, oh, they cheating. They must be cheating because they rank so high. No, they earned it. Earned it. And you know, people game, y'all been through that nonsense. Somebody will sit there and accuse you and say you cheated, and you know darn well you didn't. They're just mad because your game better than they do. But because of all that drama, I don't game on console or PC too much. I only game with people I know. Because y'all be doing too much. Don't do too much. Too much. At the end of the day, y'all do too much. I do miss the online play. I miss the chat, the screaming, the yelling. I miss it all, but still, I can't deal with that. At the end of the day, I can't. Come on the game system to basically relax. Now other people stress me out. So that's why I don't do it. Look at our system. Look how beautiful our system's coming out. Look how beautiful. We're about to put the doors on for the freezer. That's what we're doing right now. Putting the doors on for the freezer. We already ordered the motherboard. It will be here soon. We ordered the memory. It will be here soon. It's all going to be here. But this is for free. This is for Iceboy over there. Iceboy's getting an update. Iceboy's already getting a new case. Iceboy's already hooked together. It just basically needs to be updated. That's all. It needs to be in a new case. Yes. It is worthy of cardboard, people. It is worthy of cardboard. And I know we're going to get people out there who are going to say, who builds a case with cardboard? Actually, people were doing it before me. Literally, I saw some other cases on there. People built stuff with cardboard. And I thought it was absolutely fascinating. I love when people think outside the box, so to speak. I love it when they do something different there. Because you say you can't, they say they can. We do things not because they're easy, because they're hard. Actually, a president actually said that. I don't know who it was. I think it was Kennedy. Did Kennedy say that? I think Kennedy did this. I thought it was Roosevelt for a minute. But it was Kennedy said that. Oh, now I gotta look that up. I will go to challenge myself. We do things not because they're easy, because they're hard. What president said this? We do things not because they're easy, because they're hard. What president said this? It was Kennedy, right? It was John F. Kennedy. I'm telling you, man, Jeopardy. Oh, kill it. Ain't no joke. I know my stuff. Yes. He said we choose to go to the moon. That's what it was about going to the moon. Now, again, I'm in a conspiracy theories channel with a bunch of other friends. And again, I'm going to know some people at the end of the day that believe we went to the moon. Do I believe that? No, I don't think we did go to the moon. I don't believe it. I don't think we went to the moon. I think we had to show we went to the moon through that whole Sputnik and that Russian satellite. So I think that, yes. But I don't think we actually went to the moon. If we did go to the moon, we would have been there many, many times. Many, many times we would have been there. Why would we just wait so long to go back? Why don't we just keep going back? We did it already, right? Why go back again and again and again and again and again and again and again? Why not? So again, how is it possible that we went there one time? And mind you, we did this in what, 1969, I think? 1967. Oh, I was going to challenge myself. I had to go to challenge. I think it was 1967. It could have been 1968. I was born in 1968. Maybe it was 1969. I don't know, 1969, 1969. It was one of them. When did we go to the moon? 1969. It was 1969. I was thinking 1969, 1968, because I know it was in 1968. No. So it was right, 1969. I was 1 year old. The Apollo 11. So again, did we go to the moon? Do I believe it? No, we didn't go to the moon. Because again, if we did the moon already, why didn't we go back? Or you mean to tell me the technology we had back then wasn't all that great, but we did it, right? So in between the timeline, technology got better. So we'd have been going back and forth all the time. We're at the moon right now, building a space station. We literally got a space station on the moon right now. If we did it in 1969, we should have been back there multiple times, because keep in mind, technology grows as we go older. We're not using 8 tracks. Well, some people are connoisseurs, music connoisseurs, so use 8 tracks. But is that the main source of music now? Is 8-track record players? No. We download everything now. So it means technology has evolved. With that being the case, between 1969 and now, we would have been back and forth to the moon multiple times. We wouldn't have to wait until, what, 2025? No, it's not 2025. It was 2035 or 2027. Some weird number. 2030 or 2035, we're supposed to go back. Why would we have to wait that long? If you look at the difference between how they said we went to the moon and basically how the Apollo 11 basically went from A to B. It was on a rocket. Rocket broke the Earth's gravitational pull, and then once that, it orbited, and it basically circled around the moon, and it landed on the moon. And then basically the same thing. It took off from the moon and basically circled around and basically hit the hit the Earth, and went through the Earth's atmosphere and crashed into it. Not crashed, but it landed in the Pacific Ocean. What's the Pacific Ocean? Let me see. Apollo 11 on return landed in the Pacific Ocean. Pacific. I know myself. Pacific Ocean. So Pacific Ocean, that's where it is, right? So with that being the case, they call the Coast Guard, put out a beacon, Coast Guard picks it up, and then you go from there. Now look at the space shuttle we have now. Space shuttle takes off on a rocket, comes back and lands on the strip. Heck, if you're in the right place at the right time, you can see that thing flying over. So with that being said, we had that technology, right, to do that, which means our technology had to advance. How come we never went back? Are you going to say we didn't have the equipment? Well, that's kind of interesting because we got better equipment than we had in 1969. Heck, if you look at the TV, stereo, telephones, cars, the way they build homes, everything is much more advanced than 1969. So again, why haven't we gone back? Because we never went to begin with. The reason why we had to prove that we went, because again, 1950s mind, you didn't have, or 1960s, you didn't have cell phone technology and all the stuff you have now. Talk while we're doing this. So anyway, we didn't have the technology we have now. Now today, you can find out the news faster than basically the news media can pass it to you. Because you know why? Everybody outside with a camera now is news media. If a guy's driving down the street and he slams into something, you'll be there before the news media gets there. You'll be there before the cops get there. You'll be there before the ambulance get there. You know why? Because you were right there when it happened, and you got one of these in your hand, which means you're recording it. And these things, at the end of the day, can upload and go right to social media. So you're there before the newscast gets there. So it's kind of hard to hide things now. So back then, it was easy for them to hide stuff because, again, you didn't have all that technology, and when they came on the scene, that's when it became eligible, or actually ability for you to see it in your home. So the only reason why you saw it in your home because they were there to recover it. And then when they're to cover it, you didn't know about it. Probably you found it by newspaper or some maybe here or there. That's basically about it. But right there, when it happened, nah. So again, no. People believe whatever they put down in the news media, and that's what they believed in. So that's what it is. Can't do fake news today. That's virtually impossible. And you have fake news, yes, but it's kind of hard to do fake news because everybody's it's up to social media. And it's easier to find things out now than back then. It was actually much harder. So it's easy to get around that stuff. People were easily fooled. So, and you got Russia, who has this unmanned satellite. They had one with a monkey in it, but one unmanned satellite that basically took off and orbited the Earth. And basically, they thought, through propaganda and basically rumors, that Sputnik was actually a satellite designed for spying on them. Sputnik from Russia, satellite it orbited. Sputnik, satellite from Russia that orbited Earth. There you go. So they had this. They had that. Some people can do. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm a history junkie. I research all that stuff. I'm fascinated by that stuff. I look at a bunch of different forum sites and stuff. We talk about other things. But anyway, so getting back to that. So they got the satellite floating around up there, and they're thinking that they're being spied on. And then people actually put rumor to this, like, oh, it does this and does that, and it has the ability to see inside your homes and listen to your conversations and all that stuff. And that freaks people out because, again, they have no real information that this thing is actually doing this. It's just basically all off rumors. And rumors turn into all kinds of nightmares, which that one actually did. So thinking that they had the ability to orbit, they were the first ones to do it, means they would be ahead of the space race. And that means that they figure that if Russia gets control of outer space, they can control the world. And this is why something had to be done in order to justify the people, to calm them down, and to let them know that it is possible that we're going to do something greater than Russia. We're going to go to the moon. Now, do I believe we have a space station in outer space right now? We do have one in outer space right now. We do. We have an outer space one there. So, yeah. And for those people who lived in that era that are sitting back going, oh, no, you can't, you're a liar. Yeah, you tell me. Let me explain something to you first. When I speak to older people on these conspiracy rooms at the end of the day all the time, what do you think's on Area 51? Where's the moon landing equipment that was used to basically film this? Where is it at? Now, mind you, the Hubble telescope can see on the moon. That's a very powerful telescope. But there's no flag up there. How come they don't turn that thing around and point it in that direction and see what's really on that rocket at the end of the day? Because you can see from that telescope close to the sun of the moon. All right, I'm gonna go with I would say the moon. I would say the moon is closer because if the sun was closer, it would cause more. It would be a problem. Which is closer, the sun or the moon? The moon is closer. Yeah, it would definitely be the moon. Because if the sun was closer, it'd be an issue if the sun was closer. On top of the moon, basically, the moon actually controls tides, the water. And basically, if the moon basically had a problem, you would have all kinds of catastrophic storms and all kinds of stuff that would trigger off. So the moon being moved or out of its atmosphere would basically cause all kinds of chaos on the earth. But anyway, so no, I don't think we went to the moon at all. And again, like I said, if we did it already, if we did this already, why didn't we just go back? We did it multiple times. All right? Why don't we go back? Evel Knievel jumped the Grand Canyon, right? You know how many times Evel Knievel jumped the Grand Canyon? I gotta look it up for a minute. I'm curious myself. How many times did Evel Knievel jump the Grand Canyon? Oh, wait. I get that wrong. Evel Knievel didn't jump the Grand Canyon. He made an attempt. But the Interior Department denied him permission. Yeah, he was trying to jump it. He didn't get a chance to it. But to this day, he's actually known as it. People say he jumped the Grand Canyon, but technically didn't. It's like the whole interesting Chuck Norris theories and stuff. I like the Chuck Norris theories. Anyway, no, he didn't jump Grand Canyon. And that was, guess, in 1968. A lot of stuff happened on the day I was born in 1968. Yeah. But anyway, if you have the ability to do something, you're going to do it again. You're not going to do it one time. You're going to do it over and over and over and over again. So for those people sitting there saying, oh, we did go. Okay, so basically Area 51, getting back to Area 51. What you think's on Area 51? Is there alien life form on it? There is no alien life form on Area 51 because other aliens don't exist. We are the only ones. That is it. There's nobody else. You would think, how long have we been on this planet? How long has humans been on this planet? An extremely long time. With that being said, is there anywhere showing in any museum of some massive craft, starship, whatever, anything at all? Anything at all? And the thing about it, how come we haven't seen anything else? I haven't seen, at the time, we haven't seen nothing. Nothing at all. No flying saucers, no nothing. So some people say, okay, so they think they've seen some kind of flying saucer, maybe flying around out in the desert somewhere, flying around. You might think that may be test military aircraft. And I brought this up before about the whole Blackbird. If you were in the 1930s and you saw a Blackbird pop up out of nowhere, what would you call it? You would call it spaceship. Because again, you don't have anything like that. So here in this time, which our technology is more advanced, if we were to build something that had that capability to move anywhere it wants to go, at light speed or whatever, you would call it a spaceship because you can't identify what it is. But to the military, they would see it as, oh, that's a new aircraft we developed. There you go. If there were any form of life form, we would have saw something by now. Something would have came. They go out there and they send signals out in outer space, hoping to find something out there. Something would have came here a long time ago and been here on this planet. And for those people saying, well, they built the pyramids. Oh, let me get this straight. I can't believe this. What I'm saying is one. We're advanced human beings. We travel light years anywhere we want to go. And we come here and we build blocks in the desert. That's what we do. We didn't make it out of some titanium, some freaking alloyed metal, nothing. We made it out of sand. They didn't leave anything behind, nothing at all, proving that their existence, nothing. Where were these flying saucers at? Anyone seen these flying saucers? Anything whatsoever? No, because that didn't happen. The pyramids were actually built by slaves. And if you look back in the Bible, it tells exactly who built them. The children of Israel built those pyramids. So no alien warcraft came in and built any of that. Because you think they would come back. He's going to come here and just build stuff, disappear, don't come back. Yep, that's funny baloney right there. So no, there's no such thing as aliens. So bottom line is, what's on Area 51? So what happens if you found out that the actual moon landing wasn't real? What if you found out that that was actually true? Because people got theories on it. It's just basically not all theories. Maybe it could be true, maybe it could not be true. You know, everybody talks about that back and forth. There's all types of theories on it, right? But nobody 100% doesn't know 100%. Everybody has a theory on it, right? I believe they didn't do it. The guy over there might believe they did do it. Everybody has a theory. It's not one solid, yes, it is. Like someone would argue that there's water in the ocean. We know there's water in the ocean. We have 100% proof there's water in the ocean. So anyone arguing there's not water in the ocean, but it may look crazy because we all know 100%, one solid answer is water in the ocean. This is iffy. So like I said, what would be on Area 51? The props on the moon landing are on Area 51 because that is the one area, there's a couple areas on the planet you can't go to without being shot by the government. That is one of them. So why in the world would you basically make it so that you can't come to this place or you'll be shot on sight? Because it literally says on the sign, you will be shot on sight in this Area 51. Because there's something there you're not supposed to know about. Why wouldn't it be aliens? If that was the case, farmers and people out in the cornfield get probed 24/7 out there by these ships. There's something called Fire in the Sky, but a man was out there camping. He got kidnapped by some aliens. So again, if that was the case and was such top secret, anybody would have mentioned about basically having contact with any of these aliens would have definitely been locked up. Yep. It was such top secret. Yeah. It says in the Bible that God made man in the image of himself. It doesn't talk about any other alien. When it speaks of aliens, and people get this mixed up in the Bible, it talks about aliens. It doesn't talk about that type of alien. It talks about alien of human being. Like someone that comes from another country, they consider it to be an alien. They don't consider that to be a UFO or whatever that is. I literally had that conversation with somebody in a chat room one time about it. So no, God doesn't speak about aliens. There is no aliens. When Jesus came down, what did he look like? Did he have multiple arms? Did he have multiple eyes and all that stuff? Did he have any of that stuff? No, he came down looking like a man just like the rest of us. God made man in the image of himself. So there you go. But, you know, it's fun to think about. It is fun to think about. It is. I'm not saying that, you know, someone says about it. It's fun to think about. That maybe there's some aliens out there flying around, you know. It's fun. Think about the whole Star Trek theory, you know what I mean, out there, and things popping up on your holodeck, coming and see you. Hey, what's up? What's going on? That is pretty cool. It spoke of it in Revelations, where it came up and talked about different aliens from different planets. Mind you, to consider the fact that if God's casting judgment, I think he would cast judgment on them too also. They'd be a part of that whole thing. And I don't think Lucifer at the end of the day would just go, no, I'll just mess with the humans only. We don't touch aliens. You ever think about that part right there too? Yeah, there you go. So if you got aliens that are hostile and evil at the end of the day, and they're bent on killing people, then where are their conscience coming from to do this? Because there's only two beings that had that capability. Now actually, not two. I said God doesn't know, because God at the end of the day knows no evil. But yes, notice one's good and one knows evil. So where in the world would they get the subconscious thought to do something like that to begin with if the devil does not exist for them? Then who else is telling them to do something where come down on a planet and just wipe it out? That means the devil would have to be involved. See what I mean? There you go. This is where we break people's brains at the end of the day. We'll break your brain. Like, oh shit, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that means God mind. That means God would have to be evil. If he's telling aliens to come down and destroy stuff at the end of the day, that means the devil would have to be coaching them. And the devil doesn't speak anything about aliens from another planet. Neither does God talk about it. I think Jesus would have brought it up. I'm pretty sure Jesus being here on the earth literally would have brought it up. It would have came up. Or one of his disciples would have sat there and said, my Lord, how do you feel about aliens? Do you think other people live from other planets? Are there other worlds at the end of the day? I think it would have came up in the conversation. There is no other worlds at the end of the day. So if there's no other worlds, no other aliens, what's on there? It was on Area 51. We're sitting on there right now. Something there that you're not supposed to see. See, if you basically took the time to study dark history, you would realize there's a lot of interesting things about the world that you don't know about. Yeah, because what you read in history books isn't all that accurate. It really isn't. They can't teach you all that stuff. You know what I mean? That'd be a scarred kid for life reading that stuff. If you thought you heard about, what would you enslave a race? Like, what is going on in your mind to do something like that? Oh yeah, you'll find all kinds of stuff. Like, gee whiz. I studied basically about, I was curious about boat travel. People travel back and forth, the different forms of travel. Gee whiz, what the freak? You ever read anything on basically how they travel by boat? Oh my goodness. Like, if they did anything when you travel by boat, like today, no one would ever get on the boat ever. Like, you would never get on the boat. It was the most, I would say it was one document I had a really, really rough time with. It was very depressing. Very, very depressing. It wasn't like, people see these tall ships and they think that it must be glorious and fantastic on these ships going back and forth and traveling across the ocean. Man, it was a freaking nightmare on those things. It was. Don't get me wrong, they had some good times on. I'm pretty sure they did, but they had some jacked up stuff that went on those boats. People were murdered. People caught diseases on these boats. These guys' boats, rats got on these boats. All kinds of stuff on these boats. And had a plague popped up on one of these boats, and half of them died. And guess what they did with their bodies? And they can't keep them on the boat because they're diseased. They have to throw them overboard. Imagine you come there with your wife and your kids, and you're going to go see the New World. Chances are, not all of you are going to make it there. And that's what happened to this one guy. He lost his wife and kids, and he watched them die, and he wrapped them up and watched them thrown into the sea. Can you imagine that? That's insane. And this is not a trip that you're going to be on there for 3 or 4 days. We're talking about years you're going to be on this boat. And then you got storms that pop up. You got pirates to worry about. All kinds of crazy stuff that goes on. Mutiny. There's a lot of stuff that goes on there. Yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot of bad stuff. I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I'm done. This is the darkest thing I read in my entire life. I couldn't do it. I was watching a documentary on YouTube. I couldn't watch it. Couldn't watch all. It was that bad. It was that bad. I watched the Stagecoach. Stagecoach was another one that was actually pretty awful at the end of the day. Pretty awful. And on top of that, in these boats, you didn't have bathrooms in there. So where else do you think people were going in these boats? You know? That's the same thing. People look at castles. You got Frozen. Oh, castles must have been beautiful. They must have been gorgeous. Yeah, they were nice and so, but get in mind, they had no toilets in there. So pretty much people went wherever they want to go. Maybe the king had one in his quarter, maybe the queen had one in hers, but then you got concubines at the end of the day. You know what I mean? They got their concubines and they got their concubines. You got the noblemen, and sometimes maids have maids, and yeah. So that's a lot of bathrooms. So where are we going with all these bathrooms? Especially when plumbing system hasn't been properly invented yet. Where are we going at in the day with all this? And where you're going is basically every corner and crack of that place, you are basically doing your business. That's where you're going. Castles were cold, damp, full of rats, and they were basically known for having a lot of disease in these areas due to the fact that people did a lot of defecation in those places. Because not everybody had a bathroom, so where were you going to go? So, yeah. Now I can see the king's quarter and other quarters being nice and beautiful at the end of the day. Yeah, I can see all that. Yeah, definitely see all that. You know what I mean? But again, remind you, there were no bathrooms in there. And again, at that particular era and that age, at the end of the day, hygiene wasn't the best thing in the world. It really wasn't. That's why you look at movies about the Wild Wild West, and people be out there on the range for days on end, and then they would just come in and just basically kiss their wife and be like, ew. You're not going to brush up a little bit before we come in here? Like, nope. Oh, just this. But then again, they're used to that. So, it's nothing. You know what I mean? I like to study all that stuff, like the history on the bathroom. The bathroom is interesting. I found that interesting. The Roman Empire, on basically how they utilized the bathroom. I thought that was quite interesting. Yep. History is interesting. It really is. It's fascinating and it's really interesting. That's what I like about history. You learn something new things every time. All of it was bad, It was just interesting to find out, what did they do for bathrooms back then? Like, how in the world, I didn't do this right. How in the world are they going to the bathroom? Like, how are they doing this? Yeah, it's curious. Interesting. Interesting. world is an interesting place. Many things to learn. You spend the rest of your life studying it and you'll never learn everything. Virtually impossible. Always have room to learn. That's what makes everything so interesting. I'm unhappy with something. That's why you see me doing this. Because I'm unhappy with something. Something is not getting my goat. My goat's not getting it. I'll tell you something. That whole Tyson fight thing. Oh. Boy, I'm telling you. They both came off. They both got off. I'm going to leave that alone. But just, man, I'm telling you, man. It's get to a point now you just can't trust no events anymore. You just can't. You just can't. At the end of the day, that was the grift. That was the grift of it all. All right, let me see what we're doing here. I got this somewhere caught up where. I think I had it right here. But we're a little bit off. That's why I didn't like it. And that's why I had to take it down again and put it back in again because I wasn't happy with it right there at all, period. This is going to get a little messy, but again, we got this. But yeah, I thought that whole fight was basically staged. Ugh, it's going to get messy here, people. We're fighting with this. This is going to be a bit of a fight. No, nothing is really worth it if it's too easy. That's what I believe. If it's too easy, it's not worth it. So you got to basically fight with something a little bit to get it to work. Sometimes, you know, that's how it is. I want to make sure this thing is actually even Steven. And sometimes if it's too easy, it's not worth working for it. It's got to be worth, you got to struggle a little bit. Every restaurant or any business can tell you that they had to work to get it. All right, that's where we have to have it right there, because that's to fit even all the way across from here to here. We need to fit even Steven. But yeah, that's my theory right there. But everybody has their own opinion, and at the end of the day, you know what I mean. I'm open to other people's opinions. I am. I don't basically sit there and say, "Oh, well, that's the way it's got to be," and so forth. That's the way I feel, and you may feel differently. So, you know, I respect your opinion at the end of the day. That's why I like going to these different rooms and we talk at the end of the day and we share our ideas because everybody has a different opinion. And then some people may say, well, you know, hey, that may be true, but it's also told that we're not meant to know the mysteries of the universe and this world. We're not. We're not meant to know all that at all, period. There are things about this world we don't even fully know about. We don't really know the world all that well. The world's an old place. We don't know it that well. There are things, there's still species of animals that we're discovering that exist. We're finding them by accident. These were species of animals. Been here for millions of years, and we're just now stumbling upon and finding them. The only reason why we know that a whale exists, or a bear exists, or a cat exists, because someone has discovered it. So you look at your cat and look at the history behind your cat. Your cat most likely your cat came from another country. Your species of cat came from another country. Was this on this side or that side? I don't even know. I had to look up Taco to see where he was from, where he originally came from. And you know, they bring him over here, and basically you have another animal in the ecosystem. That's why they don't allow you to bring other animals over, because it changes the ecosystem depending on what you're bringing over. It could do that. And then on top of that, once it adapts to the ecosystem, then you have a problem on your hands. Like say if you got a really deadly spider in Australia, right? Australia has some very interesting spiders. You got this deadly spider in Australia. And this spider only basically can survive in really hot temperature areas, super hot areas, right? And somehow somebody goes over to Australia and they bring one of these spiders back. And then what happens is that spider, the first species of them, if they lay eggs and they have babies, the first species will die because they're not used to it. But the second ones become hybrids. Those are the ones that survive. Those are the ones that learn to adapt to cold. Now you have introduced a new species of spider into an ecosystem that was not designed for that spider to be there. That's why they weren't allowed to adapt to cold, because again, they weren't supposed to be there. And now you have something that basically could be hunting and potentially killing, something that basically could be supporting the ecosystem and doing something good, but actually it's actually, I'm going to let's put it this way, it's actually making everything unbalanced. So where people come with the theory is you can't get one of one apex predator, you bring in another one, which actually leads to more problems. Isn't it interesting? That is just absolutely interesting. This is the person at the end of the day who they said, oh, you're not smart enough to be in this class at the end of the day. You don't know me. In there for a minute, the fridge fought us a little bit, and now we have it. We have it now. We have it, everything together. Oof, man, that first foundation of going, boy, is a bit of a doozy. It is. There's a bit of a doozy on that foundation. Maybe it's Maybelline, I don't know. And I thought about that. I was like, how come you can't bring this over? How come you can't bring it over when I was a kid? Oh, you can't bring that over. And I said, why? I said, because it'll change the ecosystem. You'll end up changing it. The wrong species in the wrong area. That's why certain animals are found in certain places. It's a reason for it. Don't mess up God's amazing plan. That's why God put them there. He put them there for a reason. That's why they're there. You'll find creatures in the ocean, deep down in the Mediterranean. Oh, Mediterranean. It's Mediterranean. Or the Mediterranean. I didn't get that right. Mediterranean? It's not Mediterranean. I think trench. That's what it is. Actually, it's not the deepest trench either. But anyway, and you'll find creatures down there. Because there's nothing living down there. There is something living down there. There's life all over the planet. Everywhere on the planet, there's life. You can go out in the middle of the desert where you think there's no life source out there, and there'll be microorganisms out there living out there, all kinds of stuff still out there living. There's life all over the planet, so there's life down there too also. What kind? We don't know, because we've never been down there. There are areas in the ocean that you can't even go because the pressure system would crush you. And there's life down there living with no problem whatsoever. We just can't go down there and see it because we can't go that far down without being crushed, and we don't even have the equipment to do it. So, yeah. There's that mystery. Now imagine if whatever was down there decided to come up. I couldn't imagine what's down there. I could not imagine. But there's stories about basically about animals, fish being down there that are huge, massively huge creatures that are down there. And the reason why they can't come up is because they've been placed in their area where they have to be. That's why they're there. Like the story of King Kong. He was there in that big old place out there. That's where he grew up and all. And then man decided to go, hey, let's take this giant monkey and let's take him on a boat and let's transfer him to New York City and let's display in front of a bunch of people. What's the worst can happen here? Yeah. What's the worst that can happen? Leave things where they belong. It was meant for King Kong to be there. It was meant for him to be at that spot where he was at. No, that's the dumb stuff. That's what we do. We do. Some people, man just does too much sometimes. He does too much at the end of the day. Let's figure out a way to do the most dumbest thing we could possibly think of, and let's make this real. So you introduce this giant monkey that ends up destroying New York City. Godzilla, on the other hand, he's a different type of creature. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of you humans getting on my freaking nerves. I'm just going to pop up here and show you what I'm about. And at one point, they had Godzilla just come in and just... I used to love Godzilla. Oh, that's why I love Godzilla so much. I remember watching Godzilla, the old ones back in the day. The old ones. The black and white ones. You know what I mean? Man. I think I like the destruction part. We destroy everybody. Someone destroys everything. Freaking love it. How many people... go to a museum where they have a full-scale city. How many people got the thought of dressing into a rubber laser suit and just running through that city and destroying stuff? Everybody has it. Well, not everybody, but majority of most people, yeah, they want to rubber suit that city so badly. Like, oh my goodness, see a Lego city that took the owner like 5 years to build this. And most people are looking like, wow, this is fascinating. Other people are like, man, if I had a rubber suit and nobody around, I'd just destroy all of this. Yeah. That's the other half. People got that Godzilla gene. That's one of the things I would just be looking for it. And I get games I download. We can destroy an entire city. I like games like that. And um, I just never find games where the cities are like, oh, I forgot about that game. I'm gonna download that right now. That's a game we can destroy cities on it. I was talking about that. I forgot about them. We could destroy. Oh, definitely don't download the game. Play that. We get to wreck and destroy cities and stuff. Definitely gonna get that. I like the ones where they do a good job with the physics, because I hate when they put crappy physics in there. You know, you hit the city one building one time, and like a whole big chunk of it falls off and just disappears. No, I want to see debris and destruction. Like games like that, we can just wreck an entire board. Like Just Cause. I freaking love Just Cause. I can play Just Cause every single day. I love it. In fact, you can just, and the physics of Just Cause are freaking amazing. They are freaking amazing when stuff blows up. Like, you can be hurt by explosion. I freaking love it. All right. We've got our refrigerator here. Now, for those of you thinking like, man, that's a lot of, so it's gonna be coated in ice. Everything is gonna be coated, so it doesn't make a difference. Unlike this over here has to be a little bit more neater. This one over here can have a little chaos with it. So we're adding in that chaos. Touch chaos in there, people. Loving the chaos. Love the chaos. Accept the chaos. Be a part. No, be a part of the chaos, but just love the chaos. I'm gonna teach an art class one day. I would definitely want to teach an art class one day. Come in and teach an art class. I'd rather teach an art class to kids at them. You know why? Minds are basically in the process of development staging, and they can see things a lot more vivid. They can understand and imagine it much greater than much people can do as adults. Adults do have to do imagination, but the kids are different. Their minds are developing, man. They're seeing things differently. Their ideas are just much more bigger and wider at the end of the day. Like, yes, you can have a space cow. There isn't such thing as adults don't think that at the end of the day. Unless you really have that mindset, you can think that, hey, let's have a space cow. But kids, they think about the most interesting stuff ever. Their imaginations are insane. You look at some of the pictures they paint in the day, they think way outside the box. They think in areas that no one can go, because you have to be a child like mine to go there. Yep. You see way outside the box. You see the beauty in it all. They have no boundaries, nothing whatsoever. There's nothing there holding them down. That's why their artwork is real fascinating. Never tell them that it's not possible, because to them it is. And destroy their beautiful dreams because you can't think outside the box anymore. I don't want to think outside the box. You don't want to be a part of thing outside the box? Get the freak out of here. I built this PC with a knife. With a whole knife. Built in a PC with a knife. Just a knife and a knife only. So yeah, I think one day I'm going to get a chance to do some art classes. I'm going to get a chance to basically do an art class for kids. Their parents will be freaking amazed, like, hey, yeah, Mr. Bird today, we built Popsicle Stick Kingdom, but then he said it wasn't enough, so we went to Home Depot. We actually brought real wood and built an actual kingdom, like an actual. We would do stuff like that, literally. I know myself at the end of the day. Like, okay, look, here's the deal. We can build a catapult, or we can actually build a catapult the size of a Volkswagen that can launch a block away. Which one you want to go with? We would build some crazy stuff. Today we're building PCs today, kids. We're going to build our own PC today. We're going to build our own gaming PC. I take money out of my company, always be doing something cool. Every day, go to Mr. Bird's class, we're always doing something cool. Today we're making puppets. Yeah, we're going to put on a puppet show. Always be something cool. Got them broaden their imagination. That's what you got to do. So we'll always be doing something cool that day. That's why I come on here. I always try to do something different. And everyone's welcome, whether you hate me or not. Whether you hate me or you love me, you're welcome. And I do other things besides screen paint, people. Let's imagine how people just hate me for my work. No matter what I do, they hate me. These are people naysayers. I know people like me too, but There are people who hate me for no matter what I do, they hate me. Because they're all sought up about that whole screen paint. So I'm not supposed to be able to have a business. I'm not supposed to be able to have the things I worked hard for. And does your opinion affect me? No, it does not affect me. I want to keep designing my technology that I'm blessed to have. And I'm going to keep advancing and advancing and advancing and advancing. And God's going to open up as many doors as he possibly can to let his Christians march through. And you can't stop us. You can't. When I say this, I speak of people. I speak of the devil. I talk to him and tell him the same thing. You can't stop us. No. Nope. The Lord blesses us with blessings. You can't stop us. We are more than the hairs that are on your head and some. And stopping our blessings at the end of the day. Not even going to happen. Because remember that, Christian, at the end of the day, when the devil comes to you to try to take what's yours, you let him know he ain't taking anything. He's not taking one thing from you. Not a thing. That's what's going to happen. You'll be crushed under the heel. He won't take one thing. But you'll have a Christian man that'll get blessed. You know, Lord will bless him with a new car. A nice car sitting in his driveway. You got a neighbor out there already hating on him. Mad and bitter because he got a new car. And he's not even out there bragging about it. He's just getting in the car and come home, that's it. Enjoying his blessing. In the car praying, enjoying his blessing. And the neighbor sitting out there letting the devil just feed into that, trying to figure out a way how to destroy that Christian's blessing. Or go over there and pop his tires or key up his car, do something like that to his car. Just to go out and do something like that, they either get attacked by somebody out there seeing you do it and stopping you, and they end up starting to beat the crap out of you, or getting caught by the police. And the devil just sitting up there laughing like, look what I got dumb to do. Yeah, I got him filled with jealousy and rage. Got his mind all caught up on the neighbor's car. Yeah, I know it's Christian over there. We can't touch him. We can't go do him. Can't do anything with him at all. He's a man of God. We're not going over there. But on the other hand, I can get this guy to go over there and do something stupid, so I can get him. There you go. That's what they think about you at the end of the day. Got you all set up for the game. Yeah, so they can basically trap you. That's what it's a game. You understand? This is a game you're in all day. Whether you want to be it or not, you're in that game. You're in it. Yeah. If you don't know it, you're in it. And Christians know it. They know it from the door. So from the door, we don't play that game. Some of them do. Some Christians do play that game. I don't know why. Especially when they know that game is being played. You know? Yeah, you're in a game, buddy. You are in a game. A game of who can get you on the side of that fence faster than the next one. There's a game being played for you right now. That's why when I see people on the street who think they big, bad, and tough at the end of the day, there's something much bigger and much tougher right next to you every single day, whispering into your ear, getting you to do the dumbest stuff on the planet. Yep. When you think you're that tough guy from the day, you figure no one can get to you, oh, there's somebody already in there waiting for you. Right there, sitting there smiling at you, and it's the most hideous thing you've ever seen in your entire life. And it's sitting right in there watching you every single day. It's in your kitchen, it's in your bathroom, it's right in there. All my place is fortified. I remember we had these heavy drug dealers on the block, big boys. You think about it now when you're a Christian, that these guys at the end of the day had their places fortified, guards, the whole 9 yards, everything. I didn't realize the demon itself was sitting in your environment, and you didn't see it, but it saw you the entire time. It was watching you. Well, I'm fortified. Nothing can get near to me, so and so and so. And it's sitting there looking at you like, yeah, but we are here. We are here, not I'm here. We are here. Because they don't come alone. They never come alone. They always bring more with them. They're in there waiting to figure out ways how they can cause chaos in the place that you're in, that you just invited them in. They'll have you kill each other. They'll have you turn on each other. All kinds of stuff they'll do. They're playing a game at the end of the day. Figuring out ways how to get you one by one knocked off so we can get over here. It's kind of like playing a game of connects. That's what they're doing to you. It's a game for them. Meanwhile, God doesn't want you in that situation. God wants to get you out of that situation so you can be closer to him and away from those demons that are basically following you. And I watched one by one in that neighborhood. I watched these guys fall one by one and die. They're not where you think they are. They're not in heaven. They committed horrible crimes at the end of the day. Some were killed by their own kind. And they went to a place that's absolutely nightmarish. Like you can't even describe on that level the horrors that they are experiencing right now. And they have to be there in that purgatory until the time comes. So that's where you'll be. Can you imagine? And I couldn't even imagine. Can you imagine the horror of waking up in that area right there, next to what was talking to you the entire time to see its true form? Yeah, screaming ain't gonna help. That's not gonna help. Not gonna help at all. Nobody can hear you at all. And then to realize that the impact, I think the impact would be to realize that once you're there, you're going to be there for eternity. That's the impact. So, yeah, they got games they want to play. I know. I've seen them playing. I used to be a part of that game. Thank God I got out of that. Thank the Lord basically didn't give up on me. Kept on calling to me. Didn't give up on me. Thank goodness he didn't give up on me. I'm so happy he did not give up on me. If he did give up on me, I would have been in a lot of trouble. You know, even after I got saved and I got out, I saw things. He gave me, these are things I never saw. I never saw these things forever. I never saw these things. And then when I got saved, I started seeing them. I saw demons. Never saw them, ever, in the neighborhood. Never saw them. Nope. Not until I got saved and I saw them. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I didn't know these things were actually in. Yeah, it's just insane. I had one sit behind me in the bus one time. Made the weirdest noise I've ever heard in my entire life. I knew what it was. I knew exactly what it was. That was sitting behind me. I knew what it was. I prayed. He didn't say anything to me. He just sat back there and he giggled and laughed. It didn't sound normal. When you get saved, you know the difference. You know the difference. You see a madman acting crazy on the bus. And some people just think that he's on drugs or whatever. Christians know what they are. That's why you don't entertain them. You don't go near them. Entertain. You see somebody acting like that, acting crazy, don't walk over to them. Because they'll reach out to you. If they reach out to you, you're in a lot of trouble. Because they can pass right through you. That's what happened to that guy in the car. Never forgot that one either. That was the craziest thing I ever saw. He was in a car and this woman came out of nowhere, like out of nowhere, popped up in his window. And he turned around and she was arguing with him. But she wasn't really talking normal, but she was arguing with him, speaking some jibber jabber to him. And he was arguing back with her. And when he went to, because he didn't, she tried to reach out for him, try to grab him, she growled like a dog. Everybody saw that. Everybody said the same thing. Everybody literally saw the same thing. Yeah. Gotta be careful. You know, walk with the Lord. Walk with the Lord every day. Yep. Now, for other people, this terrifies them. It scares them to death. For Christians, we're not scared. We know what our enemy is. And one of the things, when you're saved, you know your enemy. You can see your enemy's face. You know your enemy. When you're not saved, you can't see your enemy. Right in front of you. You just can't see him. When you get saved, you'll see him. Hopefully you never see him, but you'll see him. But yeah, I saw some things. I saw some things I will never ever explain. And the reason why I had to go through that process of seeing these things, they couldn't touch me. They knew who I was. They knew me, but they couldn't touch me. And the reason why I saw these things, but the Lord wanted to make sure I never went down that path ever again. When I mean, at the end of the day, that I was following that close to Satan and doing those things Satan wanted me to do, I was that close. That close. And I'm pretty sure, I think the timeline of him trying to kill me is coming really soon. And the Lord stopped it. So he never got the opportunity. Yep. But I saw it. I saw them. I definitely saw them. Scared to death. Let's get this here. When people say, well, they only come out at night. No, they don't. They don't. They come out in broad daylight. They come out anytime they want to. Anytime. And they walk in churches too. Yes, they have. They have walked in churches. Yep. They have walked in churches. If you're looking to basically get souls at the end of the day, where are you going to go? You already got the ones out here already. We're going to go to get the ones you don't have. You're going to go to church. Yeah, they walk in there. They can't do anything when they're in there. They can't do nothing in there. I don't appear they have no power in there. But they do walk in there. Satan walks in and out of heaven. It said it right there in the Bible. And I read it, said Satan was walking through heaven, and the Lord asked, where are you going? And he said, to and fro. Now, I'm pretty sure there's areas of heavens he can't go to. He can't. He can't go to those areas at all, period. Unless the Lord allows him to go there. That's why he can't do anything. He can't harm anybody whatsoever. He can't do anything. He has no power at all whatsoever. If he had some power to begin with, then he would have been able to overthrow God in the first beginning. But he didn't. So the fact that he was cast out and thrown out of the earth, yeah, that tells you right there he didn't have any power to begin with. I have to understand people that are devil worshippers at the end of the day. And I've had some people send me some weird stuff, trying to freak me out or scare me. Let me explain something to you. You worship an idiot at the end of the day. I'm going to tell you why the devil's an idiot. I told you from the door. If you had to fight someone in the ring, and this person had the ability to think what you were going to do before you were going to do it, what are the odds of you beating him? You wouldn't. It'd be an impossible fight. You can't beat somebody who knows what you're going to do before even you do it. So why in the world, knowing that Lucifer was God's right-hand angel, he wasn't no side, he was his right-hand angel, would get the idea to overthrow God? You know what God is about. Why would you even try it? You know the outcome of this one. But yet tried it anyway and got thrown out of heaven. So with that being said, that's what you serve. An idiot. Who literally tried to take on God, knowing he knows what he's going to think before he does it. Whew, man, I thought about that. I was like, geez, well, it tells you right there. Can't do anything to people that are into that stuff. They say, oh, I'll catch something. You can't do that, guys. Let me explain something to you. You have no power. You have no power whatsoever. That thing which you worship has no intention of you ever being its friend, of ever protecting you in any way whatsoever. You have nothing at all that you had that you could get to at the end of the day, but your basic internal damnation. That's all you have. That's it. Can't offer it anything. Oh, he gives me power. Give you no power. Make you think you're getting power. When you pass off this earth, you ain't coming back. That's all to it. You ain't got no power. You got any immortality or that. You don't have none of that. Anyway, you have that as God gives it to you. That's it. Got a nice refrigerator going right here. And yeah, in my PC bills and stuff like that, I talk about the Lord. I do. Because guess where I got all these skills from? I got it from God. Got all these skills from God. I don't understand how people are blessed to have a gift from God and they deny him because they're afraid what other people think at the end of the day. Well, if I talk about God, then people won't buy from me. If I talk about God, then people won't support me. People won't subscribe to my channel if I talk to God. Yeah, we talk about God. That's shame, ain't it? That is a crying shame when people are like that. See, Christians do that too. Some Christians are embarrassed to pray for their food. Why are you embarrassed about that? God bless you to have, I don't care what it is. It could be a bag of chips. I will pray over it and thank the Lord. I don't care what it is. And I definitely will pray in public. I don't care. If you don't like it, then tough cookies at the end of the day. But I'm not going to stop because you want me to stop. Tough cookies on that. And that's how I found out a lot of women at the end of the day that I was dating that weren't the right material. Because the one time I was praying for my food and thinking, we got it. We tilted that way. We got it. But yeah, she found it embarrassing that I was praying in public. She couldn't. Like, what are you doing? I said, I'm praying for my food. Giving thanks to the Lord. The very things that you have is because of him. My company runs off the Lord. The very things that you have come from God. So how do you go, oh, it's embarrassing. Well, he just told me everything I need to know. Goodbye. That saved me a world of trouble right there from the door. Yeah. Good thing I didn't get involved in that person. That saved me a world of headache. You showed me exactly what kind of person you are right from the door. God did me a big favor. Thank you so much. There we go. We got that over there. We got a box unit already built on that side. Boy, that was the interesting ones. This one's actually easier than that one, but that was because we had to size it just right because I didn't want it too big and too wide. And I got a pipe system I got to run around here so we can have that ice frost coming down. So that's why I wanted to get that just right there. But yeah, I'm going to talk about the Lord. I'm going to talk about how he saved me. I'm going to talk about all of that. And people who don't like it at the end of the day, I feel sorry for you. Because you're doing what the devil tells you to do. The devil don't want you to listen to it. The devil don't want you to hear it whatsoever. But he got plans for you. I'm messing with his plans right now. That's why he doesn't want you to listen, because you are messing with your plans. His plans. He wants to do something with you. I think if Saul was on this earth, walking around among us, there'd be no crime at all. People would be terrified get to conjure something up like that. Something bad, you conjured one of them up. You wouldn't be doing anything in the street like that. Like, oh heck no. Man, I got this idea in my head to rob this bank, and something popped up in my living room. I said, nope, never again, never again. Never again. Yeah. Because the Lord's not telling you to do that. Something else is telling you to do it. That's the devil telling you to do it. That's the devil telling you. That's why the Lord warns you about being angry. Because you're inviting something. Yeah, you get full of rage and get upset. Yeah, that quick. They're like, oh, there's one right there. You shine like a beacon to them. That's what you look like. You look at that world at the end of the day. You can't see that world, right? They're in that world right now. And they're seeing you walking around. And they're seeing you upset and angry. They're watching that your temper blow up. They're watching like, oh yeah, he's almost at that peak point. You get to that point, we can mess with him. We can control his mind. And you hit that peak point, they walk right over to him, whispering like, hey, what you gotta do? You gotta go over there and you gotta hit that guy and hit with that hammer. Because you know, if you don't do that, he's not gonna get no respect at the end of the day. Everybody's gonna treat you. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And to the other person who you're gonna go hit with the hammer, it's like, you better do something about it, man. I don't trust him one day. He could go over and he could try. He's trying to kill you at the end of the day. You better go get your gun. There you go. And just sit back and watch that thing unfold and go, well, what happened? Well, I got one to kill the other one. So one's going to jail and the other one basically is coming back with us. Yep. And that's what they're saying. The minute you're level, you know how you play a game and you get this certain weapon, you got to wait for it to charge up. And it's charging up and charging up and charging up and charging up. And it's finally charging. The indicator pops up and you squeeze it, it takes off. That's how they look at people at the end of the day. When you're upset and you're angry, and they see that level pushing up and pushing up, once you hit that peak level, you're ready, or they just come over to feed all kinds of information. You ever realize that as you get angrier and angrier, more thoughts come into your head? Thoughts to do dumb stuff. Like things that tell you to do things that you know you should not be doing. And the angrier you get, the worse, the more these thoughts come into play. There you go. I realized all that, man, when I was out there running them streets. When I finally got my life together and got with the Lord, I saw how anger at the end of the day, how the devil can use that against you to get you to do things that can get you in a situation where he can try to get his hands on you. Yeah. No game they play with you. Get you angry, get you upset. So they can get that control on you. That's why you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful about anger. Anger is very dangerous. And it can get you in a lot of trouble. That's why when somebody gets me upset, I pray and put in God's hands right away. Because I know what's waiting for me. I know what's waiting for me. What's trying to get to me. I know what's trying to get to me. I'm not going to give you that opportunity. Like I said, I don't give the devil that pleasure. Nope. I pray and give it to God, because God will take it away. He'll take that anger out of my heart. Take it away from me. And the devil will be mad, sitting there upset and angry, because he didn't get his opportunity. I'm not doing that ever again. That is not going to happen. Nope. I hope that people see these things we build here, and they want to do it themselves. But not only that, there's no point in basically being a lazy Christian. Because I was a lazy Christian at one point. I was a person who never talked about God. I was too embarrassed at the end of the day. Get on the corner and preach about the Lord. And now I'm a different person now. I talk about the Lord every chance I get. The Bible speaks about the lazy Christian. You know, you can't keep the word of God like a light. You can't cover it up over a lamp. Cover it over a lamp, you can't see the light anymore. You gotta remove the basket and allow the light to be able to shine. It wasn't for my mother coming in and doing what she did, I'd be still out there in the streets doing dumb stuff. I would have never gotten saved. Mine, she turned her back on me and just said, you know what, let her rot in there at the end of the day. She never gave up on me. She came back in there and gave me that Bible. That changed my life right there. That Bible changed my life. Changed my life. And the devil saw it coming. He saw it coming. Didn't get that opportunity, did he? Nope. He never is going to get that opportunity. Never. Ever again. Nope. That's why I warn people. Warn you from the door. Trying to tell you that what's coming for you. What's been watching you every day. Knew you before you were born. Knew you before you took your first breath on this earth. It knew you. It's coming for you. And you need to get out there and you need to get with the Lord. He knows you have. That the time is going to come when you'll be called off this earth, and he's hoping at the end of the day that you didn't find God. That's what he's hoping for. He's hoping you didn't get that salvation, that protection, that you weren't covered in the blood. He's hoping for that. And when you do get baptized, he's angry and upset. He's mad because you lost one. Yeah, and I told him, you lost one, buddy. You lost one. And I'm never coming back there ever again. Nope. Never again. I'm never coming back. You know, I got to be careful because the Lord basically, the devil knows that the Lord's going to bless my business, blessing us to have the things we have, and with the technology we're blessed to have. He knows that we're going to be on a different level. He knows it. And he's going to try to tempt me with money. He's going to try to tempt me with bad women. He's going to try to tempt me with greed and lust and everything else. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. I think I became more focused after my mother passed away. More focused that I want to be where she's at. That I want to make it there where she's at. And even though I'm a Christian, I feel that I want to do more and more and more and more. Not just for the sake of seeing God, but basically also to serve him the best way I can while I'm here. Yep. Do a better job. Serve him better. Yeah, but people want to sit there and say at the end of the day, want to bring that other nonsense, saying, well, you know, you're coming after this guy. This guy got every possibility. We gave him every possibility thing. I didn't have to do that. Somebody went out and attacked my mother, went out and attacked my family, went out and stalked people in my family, carried on, cut up. This person did all this nasty stuff to my people. And I turned the cheek on it every single time. I let it go. I let it go. I let it go. I let it go. Every single time. And I had to come up for the Lord and I had to pray to him and say, look, Lord, this man's attacking me and I don't know how to handle this. How do we deal with this? And I could have handled it that way. I could have definitely handled it that way. I know people at the day. I know a lot of interesting people at the day. I could have picked up a phone call. That would have been squashed in a hot second. I got family members that are part of biker organizations. I could have easily had that squashed easily. But again, that's not the way to do things. That's not how to handle things, because the devil would have had me back. If I did that, took that situation that way, the devil would have had me back. Because they're not going to go over and have a conversation and talk with him. They're not that type of people. I know they're not that type of people. There are going to be no conversations in that. So I know what kind of people I'm going to come bringing over there, that I know what their intentions are going to be when they step foot over there. And I know that's basically doing the devil's work, and that's what the devil wants. That's what he wants. Sometimes he'll send people your way to try to get you to commit crime and get back in the same situation so he can own you again. So I see his plans a mile away, what he's up to. I put it in God's hands and asked the Lord how to handle that situation. And the Lord told us how we went through it. Go through the proper channels. Go bring it before the courts, bring it before the judge, and let them handle it. Stay away from that. And that's why it's being handled. But even in all that, I've tried my hardest to hopefully it wouldn't ever get to that point where we were in that situation. Because that place is a very horrible place to be at. For anybody, it's a very horrible place to be at. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So, trying to give the opportunity to get out of it and go in a different direction. I'd be more happy at the end of the day to see him pick up a cross and follow Jesus, or now, rather than see him pick up a cross and follow Jesus, period. But walk away from it and go someplace else. So we don't have to go down that road. Because if we step foot in that courtroom, we file those documents, his life is gone. That's it. That's the end of it. That is the end of it. Copyrights, again, are very serious charges. They're very serious charges. And again, we write that check. That's the end of it. There's nothing we can do. Once the government gets a hold of it, it's their responsibility now to file a suit. Nothing we can do. The only thing we can do is we're going to file a lawsuit that's based behind it. That's it. But all that jail time comes from them. And they're not the ones you can plea deal with at the end of the day. So yeah, make me much happier if a person denies the devil and goes in a different direction. At least that's an opportunity, or one they get a chance to win at the end of the day. Now we ain't got no sticky tape for this. We use all the sticky tape. Right in the spot I need the sticky tape the most. We use all the sticky tape. Sheesh. Can't sit here and hold this all day. It's insanity. It's insanity. It's crazy. There's no more sticky tape. No more. G-Race George. G-Workers. G-Workers. No more tape, G-Workers. Ugh. No. How do you use so much in so short time? I was cutting them in half. Well, we got the glue gun unit coming in anyway. I got the plaster this in the glue gun. Let me go order my glue. Get my glue ordered in here, because I'm going to have to seal this with the glue gun. I'm definitely going to seal the glue gun. The whatchamacallit is really not going to take the way I want to. And we got to seal all this in with basically with frost. So let's get that part and the top part done. We'll put this to the side. I definitely got to come with the glue gun to take this thing out. So let me order that from Amazon. Get that ready to go. Get out of the way. Go back to the other belt that took out real nice right there. And we definitely get our cough drop. Yay! And get that done. We need a glue gun in here. I can order that right now. Bum, 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 bum. Let me see. I need glue for the glue gun. Yes, the glue gun. Bring me the glue gun. That'd have been a nice gun to have on freaking on Borderlands. A glue gun. Everybody gets stuck together. Maybe a glue gun. Let's see. Glue for the glue gun. Glue for air compressor? Okay. Glue for the glue gun. Oh, you put glue for the gun. No, glue for the... Oh, no, you spelled that even correctly. Let's see. Glue. Oh, come on, man. Really? Let me back in there, baby. Oh, man. I had the most interesting argument with freaking Amazon. Still can't believe I wasted time on that. That was the dumbest thing ever. Well, I've been through dumber stuff, but I would say next to some of those, I would... Right now, today, that would be the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Is that a knife sharpener right there? Oh, heck yeah, that is. Oh, didn't even know that. Oh, I was kind of wondering what this thing is. A knife sharpener. Anyway, dumbest argument I ever had in my entire... It wasn't an argument. It was just freaking downright stupid. I was an Amazon customer for 10 years. About 10 years I've been with them. So I missed the payment. $14. Do you have any idea the nightmare that's waiting for you? If you miss one of those payments, it's insane. The verification process is freaking nuts. But you've known me for like 10 years. I shop from you guys every day. Right now, I'm buying from Amazon right now. I buy from them every freaking day. So I basically go in and I say, okay, where do I pay? So I go in and put the money in, go pay it, the account, and get it up and going, and get Prime like I was shopping today. Turn around, they say, oh no, Mr. Berger, your account has been suspended. all right, so how do we get the suspension off? Do I just go in and just pay it and we're done from there? He says, well, no, not really. Sees right here we're having some complicated with your account. We can't see basically to link them just right. So we're gonna need you to basically cancel, not my account, cancel your subscription to Prime. So they can restart from fresh and put another one in. I'm like, okay, if I do this, I'm gonna use my order list, I got stuff on my list and my history and stuff I like to buy. He's like, no, it's not gonna take care of this. It's gonna basically redo the Prime. All right. We do it. We take it off, right? We cancel my service, my Prime service, right? So then they can't get the link up now because now it can't find the freaking account now. It's going through the relink. It can't find it. Then she turned around. She says, well, you know, I'm going to have you go over to a supervisor. Oh, yeah, because you just screwed up my account. Now you got to send me over to a supervisor. We get over to the supervisor. A supervisor advises me to go in and delete my account. I'm like, no, we're not deleting my account. We're not even deleting the history of my account. If I delete the history of my account, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to have nothing from the previous account that I ordered, which I need because I buy stuff from there that I need from there, and I need to go back and buy some of that stuff. She said, oh, you're right. My fault. This is a supervisor I'm having this conversation with. Then she tells me the craziest thing ever. She literally tells me that I have to copy and paste something from the email, go over to, not Google. She said, not Google. You're going into your browser. Now, let me get this straight. If I'm hooked to Google, that would be my browser. If I'm hooked to Firefox, Bing, Yahoo, those would be my browser. What other freaking search bar would you be typing into in Google that's not Google, and would be a separate search bar in there that's not from Google? Literally had this conversation with her. Like, no, there's a section in there. Where's showing me this section at? Where they have a search bar in there that's not attached to Google. It is a Google search. That's the reason why when you go in and you basically build a PC, the first thing they ask you want to go direct to be Chrome, you want to surf on Chrome, and you download that. So everything on that browser is from Chrome. It's Google. That's what it is. Oh my goodness. Literally had this conversation with her a good 30 minutes trying to tell her at the end of the day that, look, unless I'm on the app itself, which is Amazon, then I'll be on Amazon. So we go over there. She sends me this link. And the link has me now signing up through Google, which is supposed to be basically doing your Prime shopping, not through Google. You do your Prime shopping through Amazon, which is the app itself. So she says, no, sir, your account shows that it verified. It can't verify because I couldn't remember the password at the time to sign into Google. Google can't verify crap on your account unless you can sign into the actual email that's attached to basically Google, the password, which I can't get into because I couldn't remember it at the time. I had to dig through the paperwork to get the password. But she's going to tell me it already verified. How would that be possible? How to frequently verify? If you basically have to verify something through Google and it requests your password, how are you able to get the verification if you can't get into an account to make the verification to begin with? She said, but it already says that you have. No, it doesn't. Let me show you something. I go to buy a hoodie, look up, and it says, hey, join Prime. If I was on Prime, it wouldn't be asking me to join Prime. Ta-da! She turns around, she sits there, and she says, okay, I need you to go in now into. I said, look, now I got to go in there, and I got typed in some information that popped up, and my debit card is sitting up there on freaking Chrome. I had to go in there and basically remove it from Chrome so it's not there anymore and come back in. And she's telling me, she's sending me a link to the email to take the link and put it into Chrome. That's supposed to lead me to another site. No, the link you just sent me, it's going to send me back to Amazon because that's where the link is going. It's going to redirect to Amazon. Oh my goodness, I've literally had this conversation with this woman. I literally got to a point where I thought, why am I having this discussion with this individual? I just go in and do it myself, and I go through my path to do it. And that's what I did. I took my path and my account's on. That's it. That's what it pays to know the machine at the end of the day. It pays to know how the machine works, how the server works, how it all works. That's what it pays to know this stuff at the end of the day. Because sometimes if you have to do that something, you're trying to be nice about it, and you're trying to travel down the path. I didn't go down and hack the system or nothing like that. But I figured an easy way how to do it. And it was better than their way to get access to the account, go in and get Prime, get it reinstated, and be done. Oh my goodness, man. And the guy was like, well, how'd you do it? I explained everything how I did, how I actually wanted to get it done. I was able to go in and figure out a way to override Chrome to go in to get access to. It said the account had already activated. It didn't activate. All it did was just download and save my credit card information, and that was basically about it. I had to go back in there and remove all that out of there. It was, man, it was such a headache to renew Chrome ever. So from now on, in that account, that's for, like, on my debit card is an extra $500 in there just strictly for freaking whatchamacallit. I'm never going through that process ever again for $14.99. Which, because of the headache and everything they put me through, they gave it to me for like $6 now. And I got 6 months of Prime for about a year. $6 for Prime for a year. Let's go get this glue. Gee, was the Louise, that was a freaking nightmare altogether by itself. Like, how the freak am I going? What are you talking about? She said, but you go to a different browser. What browser would I be going to? It's different. I'm attached to Google. Everything on the browser is from Google. Where else would I be going? But it's not Google. No, but there's a different browser in it. You look at the bottom of the page. That's Google. Top of the page, that's Google. Unless I switch over to Firefox or I switch over to Bing, then yeah, I'm on a different server, a different browser. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's like the Jackie Chan when he puts his hands up and go, We already had this conversation with this. What magical browser are you using at the end of the day? Because I am not seeing this. I love it when you talk to people at the end of the day, and what they have on their side of the computer is completely different from what you have on yours. Like, it's completely different. And they go, oh yeah, that's we're using the older model. We got the newer one. After like 5 hours into that conversation, they go, oh yeah, okay, that you have it there instead of there. Yeah, okay, we got the older version, the newer version. Well, shouldn't you have the newer version? Whew. This is why I'm patient. People I have conversations with, I don't get mad with them, get upset with them, because at the end of the day, they're just going through protocol. It's the company that messes it up. The company puts all them freaking weird, freaking that carnival of madness you have to go through, all those hoops and all that stuff. They put all that freaking sort of protocol nonsense in there. Like, what in the world? I couldn't stand eBay's, Hotmail's verification page. Oh, I hate that page so much. Unbelievable. They give you a squiggly line. It's like, okay, you can type this in. You type it in. Oh, it's wrong. And type this in. Oh, it's wrong. And type it in. It's wrong. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, how many times do you want to do this? Or basically, they'll give you like an option where they give you like something like 5 windows, and you have to pick out a motorcycle or something like that. And they'll pick some weird window that basically there's no motorcycle in it. But if you don't hit it, basically you fail. And if you do hit it, you fail. Like, there's no motorcycle in that picture. But you should hit that picture because it could have been a motorcycle in that picture. Oh my goodness. I think the new Google is going to be a Russian roulette version. Where basically just have a because it's a loaded gun. You spin it. That's basically about it. And just hit the button. That's it. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you lose. Gee whiz Louise. That's kind of what it felt like too. Oh man. But also too allowed me to realize something in that process time too. I was going through that freaking little bit of a nightmare. That we rely too much at the end of the day. We rely too much. We do. We rely Amazon. Some people buy everything from. I do. I just buy everything from Amazon. Everything from Amazon. I buy clothes. Everything. I buy everything from Amazon. And you get to a point where you're buying for years from a store. Everything that you buy from them, you really can't go outside and buy something else. You can buy other things from outside, but your main shopping is going to be from them, from the door. Your main shopping. They got everything in there. Everything in there. Everything in there. And then losing your prime is like losing your arm at the end of the day. So yeah. You need to realize that, man, I put all my eggs in one basket. Yep, that's what I realized. I'm thinking like, okay, man, I can go somewhere else and get those boots. So I can't go anywhere and get them boots. Them boots are in there. And I can go somewhere and get that hoodie. Glue. Yeah, I'm thinking that, yeah. Wait. Glue. Glue guns. Glue. Alright. Let me go to hot glue gun. I already got a hot glue. I need that glue. Ooh. Good, I got glue. I don't want to go near that stuff. I mean, I have a glue is pretty strong. That's crazy. Oh yeah, why are people doing that too? They're putting Gorilla Glue. Was Gorilla Glue in their hair like that? Why would you do that? I mean, that girl, again, I don't know, man.
Come on, man. That's like dipping your face in battery acid to get better, get rid of your pimples. That's insane. Like, why would you put that? That's industrial, man. Yours was hard like a rock. I mean, common sense is says it right on the container. Do we read anymore? That scares me sometimes. Do we actually read anymore? It's right there in the container. On top of that is Gorilla Glue. On top of that, I never understood that one. Never understood. I don't even know how anyone could see that at all. Period. Oh, we got nitroglycerin over there in the corner. I think I'll just go over and have a glass. That's insane. And then with other people doing it to try to get, I guess, publicity or something, people will do anything for publicity and clout. Literally at the end of the day, anything. Anything. It's sad. I've seen them on Facebook all day long. I got rid of my TikTok account. I got tired of looking at them. They'll do anything for it. They do it on YouTube. Like them dumb challenges at the end of the day. Where people sit there and laugh at your misery because you're dumb enough to do it. Like there was that not so much the hot sauce. People gonna do hot sauce and hot chips. You know, that's what people eating hot foods for years. So I don't consider that to be bad. You know what I mean? Because that's like a challenge in the day. You know what I mean? Somebody talks about having this super hot bowl of curry. You know what I mean? You challenge it. People do that stuff all the time. The other dumb stuff like setting yourself on fire. That's a good one. You douse yourself in alcohol and you basically set yourself on fire. You know what happens when that stuff hits your nose at the end of the day? You can't breathe. That's what happens. Your eyes, yeah, that stuff gets damaged. Those areas that get damaged, it can never go back to the same again. What was the other dumb one? Ah, yeah, the choke challenge. Someone died in one of those. Basically, you choke someone, you're gonna put somebody. Let somebody put you in a chokehold and basically cut the air off from your brain at the end of the day. If I ever had a child do that, you're going to military school. That's where you're going. You get out when you're 18. I'm dead serious. I will send you to military school. Oh, you got time to do dumb stuff, eh? All right, I'll fix you. I'll send you to military school. I'll see you when you're 18. Yes, sir. We'll come up and visit you. There you go, because something ain't right there. Why would you let somebody choke you out to the point that you pass out? What's the other stupid one? The cinnamon challenge. Really? Seriously? Do you have any idea what cinnamon can do to your body? You eat that much cinnamon, what happens? That stuff can basically, the saliva in your mouth can form into a brick that can get caught and lodged in your throat. You could choke to death. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire. That's another stupid challenge. There was another one they had where people were taking milk. Really? They were just taking milk and going into a supermarket and just slamming it on the floor. And then you realize why other countries don't consider us to be the smartest ones in the bowl or smart, sharpest tack in the box. That's why. That's why I say you. Good gracious, man! Like really? I had one kid. He deserved it, man. He slipped in the milk and broke his jaw. Yeah, that's gonna be pain for him for a long time. Broke slam, broke his jaw. Yeah, good, good. You learned something. What was the other person? Walk into a supermarket, open up a container, and lick the container and put it back in. Lick the the paint. Not the paint. Sorry, lick the ice cream and put it back in. She should have got some jail time out of that. Literally, she got some jail time out of that. Doing dumb stuff. I think she did get some jail time out of that. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You know, any child, anyone could have got that. You literally should have went to jail. I'm gonna tell you something. I've seen plenty of them dummies in jail. Plenty of them idiots in jail. Them idiots in jail doing the dumbest things you could possibly think of, and they'll be the ones that are scared to death that'll be in there. What happened to the girl who actually licked the ice cream and put it back in the freezer? She was charged as an adult. Okay, then guess what? She went to big boy. Yeah. See that nonsense right there. You think it's fun and games? Yeah, wait till they bring you down there. Wait till they bring you in that holding cell. See how much fun it is then. Yep. People sitting there smiling on camera would be pranksters that day, but they do two pranks and carrying on. Yeah. Wait till they stick you into that place, that holding cell. Things change real quick in that place. Real quick. Pull prank in there and see what happens. You get stomped out in there. Go ahead. Go do that same dumb nonsense of grabbing people's dogs and running away with them. Or that one guy who went overseas, he went over in Korea and disrespected those people like that. Guy thought it was funny to go over and disrespect the Asian community out there and just act up and carry on like that. Come on, man, really, seriously. This acting up and carrying on like that. Those pranksters think that's funny. You get yourself behind bars for real, for real, for real. You ain't gonna like it over there. You better be to hold your own. I'm going to tell you one thing. You are going to be tested on that first day. Somebody is going to come test you. Because they're always looking for somebody at the end of the day to see who they can take. I mean by take everything. Your food, your anything your people send you, don't take that too. You don't take more than that. On a nice way of putting it. So let me see. The juvenile who licked the tub of Bluebell ice cream was put it back on the shelf. In a viral video. It's not charged. Oh, she was not charged as an adult. The juvenile justice next. She should have got some time for that. She at least should have got 1 year for it. Because she was a juvenile. And they're going to send her to juvie. Probation. No, you wouldn't have gotten probation. If you had walked in my courtroom and I was a judge, and I heard you just went, you got 1 year. 1 year in juvenile detention. That's what you want for 1 year. I think that's suiting. That gives you something to think about when you come back out. Take your freedom away from you. Take everything from you. Stay in there for 1 year. That's disgusting. That's the most nastiest thing you do. Lick something, put it back in. What if a family went and got it? What if your family went in and picked that up and brought it home? And she should have got a year in jail for it. I'll tell you something. If she was in another country and did that nonsense, it wouldn't have flew. That's another thing I understand too. When people get up and they go to other countries and they do dumb stuff in other countries, like that idiot who went in and basically smashed all those cars' windows and they wanted to beat him because he was supposed to get so many hits with that with a piece of bamboo across his bottom. It was up there. They're gonna beat the daylights out of him. But he deserved it. Why not? He deserved it. You're gonna go to a third world country, gonna go over there and smash up somebody's cars, tear up their stuff. At the end of the day, somebody worked hard for this stuff, and you got a right to come over and smash somebody's stuff. Yeah, you deserve to get the crap beat out of you. You deserve it. I believe that 100%. You go over and do something in another country. Now, if you didn't do anything wrong, that's a different story. But if you did do something wrong over there, you deserve to fit the crime. Go over there. Yeah, you need to go fit the crime. Whatever they kind of punishment they have, that's what you need to do. You need to go do that time. Yep. I thought that was crazy. But she licked that ice cream, put it right back in. And then you had copycats. That made it worse. That's why she should have got time for it. She should have got a year for it, at least some time. Because you got copycats that'll pop up. And they'll do the same thing, thinking, okay, well, she didn't get any time. I'm not going to get any time either if I do it. There you go. Now, Bluebell had to go in, and now they got to do it. They got to put seals on the ice cream now because people are idiots. And keep in mind, that costs the company money. To put them seals on there, that costs money. That costs them millions of dollars to do that. They didn't have to do it for all that time. So some idiot walked in there and did that nonsense. I was like, the reason why you got those safety seals on your containers and all that stuff, because somebody at one point got the bright idea of going in and putting poison and all kinds of stuff and eye drops and all that. I remember that when people were doing that. Yep. Putting poison and stuff in eye drops. Oh, I forgot, you can't go here yet. Poison in eye drops and all that crazy stuff, and they're putting poison in mouthwash and stuff. Now they had a seals. Their seals were never there. Never had them seals there at all. So somebody decided to get the bright idea to go in and poison in eye drops, stuff like that. Never had that problem. Oh, well, that was a messed up place, I'll tell you sometimes. One day we'll get our rocket ship and we can take away and just leave. Plan to do one day. No, I'm joking. I can't get a rocket ship and go anywhere. But if I could, I swear, if there was another planet, I think everybody feels the same way I just feel right now. If there was another planet that habited that you could actually live on and you found it by accident, tell me you wouldn't get a rocket ship and just leave. Okay, gotta go. Bye. Take off. Everything on that planet was provided for you that you really didn't have to want or need anything. It was just all there. And you found it by accident, or you found some island somewhere.
You think you wouldn't just take off and just leave and never come back? I would. Yep. All right, people. We got this half done. We got to get this half done later on. All this is going to have to be done. Like literally, I'm already ordering the glue gun right now and everything I need. Actually, get the glue. I'm going to glue right now so we can get the rest of this all done and finished. I got to go. I have some things I got to take care of. Thank you for your time. Be safe out there. God bless. Happy Thanksgiving out there. I'm not going to be on tomorrow. Again, I'm going to do it videos on Sunday. Yeah. Be safe out there. God bless.